Hi, guys. I'm Sprinkles, and you're glad to see me. Good morning, everybody. I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and I'm Sprinkles. And yeah, we're 2 minutes early, so take that. Yeah. Surprise! Oh, thank you for the host, Demolition. So this is Shadowrun Sunday, but it usually starts with me being great. Warming y'all up. You know, I'm like the hype Muppet, except I'm not a Muppet because Muppet's a copyrighted term. So hype puppet, hype puppet. Yeah, I don't know if that sounds right or not. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hey, resub.
I swear I just had one of these, but I suppose the Twitch gods know better than I. Yay, 4 months, less than 3.
Yay, resub! Thank you, Fractali. Good morning. Oons, resub dance. Well, hello, everyone. Yeah, and good morning. I think we see a new face in chat. Dragon Reborn. Good morning, Dragon Reborn. Got a little bit of choppiness going on. Oh, it's resub.
Hi, sunshines. Ty for bringing the brightness.
You're welcome for bringing the brightness. I was trying to think what a short version of you're welcome would be, but you just doesn't roll off the tongue. So, yeah. But yes, good morning. Thank you for the resubs. Oh my goodness. Oons, resub train. So yeah, and today's the last stream we're going to have during the extended September, because I'm going to be in Norway starting tomorrow, so that's a thing. But just for a week, and I don't know how I'm going to feel. I'll probably just pass out, but I'm getting back Sunday night, so there won't be a Shadowrun Sunday next Sunday, like morning, but I might do like a bonus stream or something. We'll see. I'm going to change a couple of my settings because I had been playing with them, and can I change them? No, you may not. Oh, can't change that while I'm streaming, so everything is fine. We're just going to stick with 60 frames per second and see how it goes. So, yeah, I was trying to get one of those C922s to work so that we could do the nice little overlay with the background removal, but the software that it comes with is full of fail. So we're back to normal. What? Why beeping? Why? Whoa! Maurice up high!
4 months of my glorious smooth queen, majesty.
Sir BP Phantom of the Sprinkles Royal Guard, thank you for your loyalty and service. Yes. BP Phantom gets it. He just gets me, he gets me, he gets it for large values of it. Yeah. So how is everybody doing? Vera, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't like a 10K with a race or anything like that. It was me running by myself for 10K because I'm trying to get back up to shape to run a 10K and a half marathon back to back on Saturday and Sunday in November over at Disneyland. Yeah, why do you do these things? They seem painful. It's an excellent question. Stubbornness is a large part of it, like the goals give me more resub.
Mo will always be my favorite. I will never been a knight of your realm.
Oh. She made friend computer give the burn. Ugh. Oh, I am slain. remember me as I pass from this realm, from theater nerds' jabs. Oh, she's very dramatic. Well, that deserves this. Although we're gonna end up in Two Puppet Land, which is just. I like that Krellin thinks I'm a crazy person for running and not for Two Puppet Land. Well, Two Puppets does seem crazy because you had a perfectly good thing going with one puppet and then you added a second puppet. Well, good morning to you too, Sprinkles, and good morning, Theater Nerd. Thank you for that resub. Very kind. Very kind. Oh, so there's a lot going on. First of all, Frank Computer sounds way more mellow than normal. Has she been like taking, like, I don't know, has she been drinking? Yes. Oh, good morning, everyone. Good morning, left-handed monkey wrench and demolition and if you cut me, does my stuffing not come flying out? You're right, Dark Green Paradox. Actually, it doesn't because I don't so much have stuffing as a human hand in me, but I agree with the sentiment. Yes. So now we need a goal for a third. Well, technically, we do have a goal for a third. It's just an absurd goal. 100 sub points, then we go and commission a third puppet, but that's a long way away, and there's no pressure to do it either. Because you know what? We have plenty of puppets. Yeah, running with two puppets, they would be damaged, and also I would be super bruised because these rods just poke and poke and poke and poke and poke. But yes, we had some new folks join the Discord this week, which was great. And if you are just joining us and you enjoyed the stream today, hop over to our Discord because we hang out there even when there's not a Shadowrun Sunday. Let's see. You laughed, but you did for me, but you didn't move my mouth. Yeah, you should be better. Do better. Thank you. Sprinkles always keeps me honest. So, yeah, it's just great to see everyone this morning. That's a good question. See, R-Green, then we'd have to, like, take turns and do a schedule. Schedules are bullshit. No, vote no on third puppet. No. I, for one, welcome our third puppet overlord whenever they show up. I think it'll be an interesting change to the dynamics. It's the only thing more classic than a two-person situation is a three-person situation. Well, I think the new puppet would probably be not Rod. What I'm thinking, I don't want to, no spoilers. It might not be a Rod puppet, the puppet I'm thinking about. Look, Krellin, sometimes you just gotta level up over people and their crankiness with positivity. See, it's not right. What do you get angry about, Mo? Well, I get angry about, I would get angry, for example, if the terms of service stopped me from showing off my lovely fur. Well, yeah, I mean, if anti-fur terms of service, that would be bad. I agree with that. Ugh, that feels weird. If somebody came into my bar and disrespected my patrons, I'd get very mad. Okay, noted for future reference. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Could this actually, well, see, that I don't know. That would probably be a very expensive puppet to get one that could play some video games. And the thing about puppets like Ernie and Cookie Monster that, the two-hand puppets, those are two-person puppets generally. And that would be weird. That'd be like playing Overcooked because one person's operating the head and the other person is operating one of the hands and the other person operates the primary hand. And so that would be two people on the controller at once. Be pretty entertaining, but I don't have a second puppeteer. So, we'll just have to put that in the dream bucket full of dreams for the future. Yeah. So, marionette. I've never really done work with marionettes. I enjoy facial expressions, and marionettes don't have those very much. I mean, just look at me emote. So many faces. I'm very talented. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't dispute that you're talented, Sprinkles. That's part of the problem here. It's that it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. I can be a talented dancer, you can be a talented actress, and we can coexist. A double threat. Yeah. You just want to ride on my awesome train. That's what's going on here. And I'm not accepting application. I am not selling tickets to the train of awesome at this time. Thank you for your interest. Please move on. Well, they are being saucy today. Yeah. Any questions for me before I head out? I have a dance class to get to. I could be a background dancer, you know. That is one thing I could do. I mean, I'll admit it's hard for people not to pay attention to me when I'm dancing. So, you know, I should be upfront about that. But you know, if you ever go on tour and need somebody to go around, I can do a little Magic Mike action. I just don't even want to think about that. No, la 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 la, not things. Isn't there a Shadowrun or something? Ugh.
So one thing I wanted to do before we got started, and unfortunately I think this means that Mo will head back.
Oh, there's some interest for Magic Mo. That would also mean you'd have to watch Magic Mike, because then in order to accurately parody it, you would need to understand it better.
That's true. I have not watched it, and that would... See, this is the problem with improv. A lot of times you need to parody things, and so you have to watch them, like, I had to watch all the... Well, not all of them, but I watched the first couple of those Twilight movies because they kept coming up as styles. It's like, it was bad.
Yeah. Oh, Krillin. It's not you. I mean, it's you know, it's a thing that can happen. Yeah.
I mean, he could do it anyway. It's just that the humor is more pointed if you understand what you're parodying in the first place. We'll just put that in the file for future ideas.
KB Tip said he didn't like Magic Mike, but he admits that it was better than it had any right to be.
I think I was at Carnegie Mellon at the same time as the guy who played Mike. So, yeah.
Oh, Sparkle Pyres. Yeah, I know. They're just so wrong, right? Dragon Reborn?
Because it looked like they were sweating rainbows. It was just not appropriately creepy for vampires.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
I mean, they were very pretty, those vampires.
And I have some dear friends who were twihards. Like, they went to Forks and did the whole thing. And these are people, like, 10 years my senior, and I love them dearly. And I'm like, that is great.
You do you, over there in Forks, and we will be here when you, come back to reality.
Huh. But see, that's it. You don't yuck someone's yum yum, as the great Jackie Dash would say. So I'm like, that is great for you. I'm happy. I'm not going to poop on it. I'm not going to tell you what I did or didn't like about it. You just have fun in Forks. So, oh no.
Crit Twitch, please don't burn down the house. No. We do not recommend that at all. That sounds like a bad thing. I'm glad you're safe. But also, how much time elapsed after you found out the house had almost burned down before you posted in Twitch chat again? We're concerned that your loyalty to the mafia trumps your loyalty to your physical safety.
Oh, just stay safe, Crit Twitch. If it makes you feel any better, I once had a 4-foot column flame downstairs. Because I didn't realize... It said make the wok hot. It didn't say that sesame oil had a really low flash point. I don't do that kind of stuff anyway.
Good morning to HUDs.
Yeah, medical bullshit is bullshit, says the woman who's started her week in any hour. So, yeah.
Big Nog says this stream is literally on fire. We'll be able to laugh about that in about 2 minutes once we're sure Quick Twitch is safe, but we're filing that away as a good joke for later.
Yeah, things are happening. Oh, Our Green Paradox, you had to go to the midnight showings of Twilight? Ugh, that's rough. It was funny because the first couple years, at Comic-Con in San Diego, when they would show previews of Twilight, like the Hall H line would be crazy, but we accidentally ended up in a Twilight panel because we were trying to get into something later, and the fans had kind of cooled down to the point where you could get into Hall H during the Twilight thing because everyone was avoiding it, so that we could get to the stuff we did want to see, which was, I think, a bunch of Disney previews or something. Oh yeah, and we also wanted to see the Doctor Who panel, which we did see. That was in 2012.
So, you had a thing for me to do before we do the Shadowruns.
And if you are just joining us, hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite. This is one of the reasons they call me Muppet Aphrodite. We have a little talk show segment before we get started with Shadowrun. So don't worry, the Shadowrun is coming.
Well, I'm going to step aside because I have heard that there was a spoopy thing that was going to happen.
Yes, starring me, who is great.
So, I'm just so glad to see you, Muppet Mafia, and we'll talk soon. I'll be back later, I'm sure, but just sit tight and enjoy the rest of your Shadowrun Sunday. This is more of a freestyling thing I'm working on.
Really? Really? Yeah, that's me talking, not him.
To HUDs, I've heard a lot of people recently complaining that their therapy time is being taken away from them. And I can't help but think this is also in tandem with all of the horrible healthcare things that are going on.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna awkwardly stare at your coffee, wishing I could eat or drink things.
Thanks, Sprinkles. That's really helpful. So the spoopy thing I wanted to do was do a little Edgar Allan Poe reading because it's October and we can work our way up. So we're gonna start because this is not a dedicated stream. We might. Oh God, I didn't realize how long The Raven was. I just loaded it and it's like, God, this is really long. But we'll jump to the end of the poem and we'll do a few stanzas because, as you know, Sprinkles enjoys dramatic interpretation.
That would be an understatement.
There was a question about does the mug say something? Yes, this is my Maxis mug from when I worked at Maxis, so that's my name, and then it says Maxis on it. They gave it to us when we showed up as interns. The whole thing, yeah. So I thought it was way shorter, but let's see. We will, yeah.
So I'm gonna read a few stanzas from
the Vincent Price rap from Thriller. But that requires me to use the text. Vincent Price rap. Never let it be said that this is not interactive. I don't want video. I want words. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good. It's shorter. It's shorter. It's more appropriate.
Okay, so we're calling an audible.
We're going to do this. And it's funny because talking to so many folks who live in other countries and realizing how much of American idioms are based on sports analogies, like calling an audible, that's like deep football right there. It's
Hi, Wolf Friend. I'm Sprinkles.
I'm Cheryl. This is going to be Shadowrun Sunday in a minute, but we have this talk show that we do to warm things up. And right now you're about to see a puppet read the Vincent Price rap from Thriller because that's what the audience asked for. So we're going to, a little talk show, a little warm up because, it's Shadowrun's crunchy.
And it's nice to have something that, a contrast, if you will. Yeah.
And no, I'm not a ventriloquist, just a puppeteer. So yes, my mouth is moving, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's fine. Because I've never understood how people project, like get picked up by the mic. Because if I wanted to, if she has to move her mouth out to it just sounds like I'm eating a candy the whole time. It's just not as good. I can't emote as much.
So, yeah.
And I am a dramatic puppet. So. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The demons squeal in sheer delight. It's you they spy, so plump, so right. For though the groove is hard to beat, yet still you stand with frozen feet. You try to run, you try to scream, but no more sun you'll ever see. For evil reaches from the crypt to crush you with its icy grip. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. And grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. And scene.
So, there was that.
Yeah, it looks like Garfield. I'll take that as a compliment, Wolfrin. I don't need ears. It's good. It's a fun fact. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so glad you liked it. That was an excellent idea. I believe it was our Green Paradox. Thank you for that. Somebody can clip the shit out of that. Ha! I expect more agents to call me any day now and a bunch of offers from other people who would like to, be my new partner who don't subject me to other puppets. So, yeah, just be aware. Forward the calls if they come in. Yeah?
Duly noted.
Good. I wonder what, my nose is non-functional, so I wonder what kind of foul stench. Like, what is the foulest stench? What is the funk of 40,000 years? Is it, like, really bad gym socks? I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. Well, that was good. We might do later in October. We might do some Edgar Allan Poe if you're interested in that.
I don't think we'd do it right before Shadowrun because I don't think it would fit because apparently he's really long-winded. So,
but maybe stay tuned for that. That'll be a fun thing. Very appropriate for Halloween. Yeah, because I'm great. Yep.
Corpse flower stench.
Oh, I've read about those. Ugh. Nature is crazy, you guys. I'm not from nature, and I definitely don't understand why a corpse flower exists.
Well, I think it's because insects tend to like corpses, and so it attracts, like, flies and stuff.
That's really macabre. Like, really super macabre. I like it. It's true, people didn't have video games when he was around. Edgar Allan Poe was the video game. You leveled up every time you read a stanza.
Okay. It's time for you to go so we can do the Shadowrun stuff.
Okay. But it was really good seeing all you guys, and thank you for attending my dramatic reading. Also, remember me.
not going on the puppet rack today. They're not interested.
I thought I'd just say hi. Oh, this is really awkward. My arm is just... Oh, guys, look how flexible I am. Look how flexible I am. My arm just goes right behind. I can do puppetry with my hand tied behind my back. Oh, just wanted to say hi. Have fun with the Shadowrun, you guys.
Sprinkles is not pleased that Mo got the last word in, but I figured he would come back. Okay, puppetry glove off. I use this because it gets sweaty in there and because my fingernails rip away at the foam in there. So we protect our valuable puppets. So our new folks are like, that was weird. You're welcome. Let's get Shadowrun up and running. Fun fact, in 7th grade, I did the Thriller dance at a Halloween assembly. With a bunch of other people. That was good times. I love bringing out the Thriller dance at weddings. I'm a liability at weddings. I've had like the bride's father come up to me and be like, "You're the most interesting person on the dance floor." I'm like, "Is that good or bad?" Okay. I feel like every time we play this, the volume gets louder, which doesn't. I'm just gonna modify these. It's good. And it's funny what your brain does. The brain, I'm like, my brain is telling me, well, you have several dozen people who are talking to you. You should hear them. But you're talking in chat. I don't actually need to hear you, but my brain really wants to be able to hear. So we're just gonna switch this over. Bunny butt. There we go. What is your welcome? Oh yes, you're welcome from. Oh, we should have Sprinkles sing your welcome. That sounds like a great idea, Krellin. Also, I want to point out that the lag is really low today. That you guys called out Bunny Butt almost in real time. Feel better to Huds. I'm sorry that you're having a rough weekend. We love you too, and happy Sunday. And hopefully I'll catch you on the other end of my Oslo trip. Okay, continue. So yes, other things to keep in mind are once we get to 1,000 followers, we'll be unlocking that 10-hour stream. And so that'll be good times for everybody. Things didn't add up. Not by a long shot. Your employer was double-crossing you from the start, and after a lot of blood and cordite, you opted for a sane response. Side was to Gath's enemy and make an ally of the Blue Heaven Sepulpa ring. Solpa. I keep thinking there's an extra P in there. Sepulpa. Sepulpa. Back to Hayoi and hopefully better work. Now, last time we had a short burst of combat. We spent a lot of time building up relationships with our team because we're trying to trigger all the loyalty missions before we head into the sort of final on rails story portion of the game. But we've been doing pretty well. We only technically sort of died once last time when we had a bad run in the Matrix. Ended up with some dump shock. This loading is taking a long time. So puppy. It's funny, my brother and I lived like 2,000 miles from each other, but suffering not quite the same things. His sickness is much worse than mine was. It is a rough week. My husband was in the ER at 6 a.m. on Monday, and I had a cold that did not lend itself well to getting better from the cold, so I'm fighting hard to get over it by Oslo, because in less than a week I'll be speaking in front of 1,150 people at the Oslo Spectrum, which is a concert venue where Lady Gaga has played. That makes sense. It makes total sense that I should give a talk there. Now, they must have multiple things within that venue because obviously she plays for more than 1,150 people. So I don't exactly know how the science works there, but hey. Resub!
WOOOOOO 3 months. Yo Muppet, my thumbs up.
Woo! thank you for the resub, Lugeron. Yay! Oons, 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 oons. You're great, except I see a mo... Oh, just... Here's the mo emoji. I'm not even invited. Well, fine. I don't rescind my thank you, but I'm gonna go because apparently you want Mo more than you want me. Fine. Oh. You see what this is doing to me? You see? Oh, he says I'm invited. Okay.
Yeah, you are invited, but I do need to bring Mo out, so, you know, you go.
Well, thank you for the resub, Lugeron. We're very glad to have you. Yay! Thank you for your generosity.
Gotta pay attention there to those emotes. People could kind of request who shows up to thank them for their resub by using the emotes. That's the thing we just established.
Well, thank you very much for that resub there, Lugeron. Yeah, we're very grateful. Yeah. So good to see you. It's a bit weird when I do this. It's like I'm standing looking up at the sky or something, isn't it? Perspective strange. Hey, how are you doing? Oons, 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 oons.
Oh. Yeah, Supermaning. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we did claim payment for our runs. Did it? I'm gonna reload because I feel like it's picked the autosave and not the manual save. Did we not save last time? Well, just to be sure, I'm gonna load. Hi, Foxu. We just got started. We're moving along pretty well. It's a possibility we lost some conversational progress from last time, but we'll just skip past it then. Nothing huge happened. Hopefully this load will be faster. Go. Yeah, we just started for the day. Yeah. And I think I'm past the contagion point now. It's just that like final body getting rid of things earlier this week. I don't know about that. That's a good point, Our Green Paradox. You're mentioning that you're surprised Sprinkles has not gone off on emojis and emotes. It's true. Yeah, well, we haven't gotten... Did we do Gobbit's side mission yet? We definitely didn't do Gaichu's. We did Ractor. We did Isabel. I don't know much about the bonus campaign. Okay, well, maybe we didn't save. It's a bit of a bummer. We got a little educated by Gobbit. We spent a lot of time talking to Ractor, and it turned out we didn't need to. So I may power through and not voice over a lot of this stuff because we did it last week. Yeah, because we renamed it. I need to talk to you about your condition. Seems like it's stabilized. We talked about his armor. He was a red samurai. I don't know how to trigger his... Oh, he shows us this picture. Look a little beat up. Corporate family. So we talked about this last week with him. Tyler did write Gaichu. So we're going to boop his box. Booped. The creepy mask. He talked to us about the play, which is classic Tyler, having the deep knowledge. And when we reference Tyler, Tyler is the GM of Exalted Games of Divinity over on Geek Space TV, which is one of our sister channels. And he's also my GM in an Exalted game that happens on Sunday nights. And he is a game writer and wrote a lot of the stories in this game. I had a collection of a dozen or so no masks when I was younger. That is the last remaining one, and my personal favorite. Why is it your favorite? A measure of civic pride, I suppose. Taira no Atsumori died at the Battle of Ichinotani just outside Kobe. I think it is important to remember their sacrifices and joys. Puts the mask back in the box. Look at the lacquered box. He's shit at calligraphy. Whatever fanciful stories you may have heard of being able to tell a swordsman's ability by his handwriting, I assure you that they are wrong. The set was a gift from a professor of Japanese literature. I appreciated the gesture, but my attempts at fine calligraphy mostly resembled excited chickens prancing over paper, their feet soaked in ink. Is it time to talk to Gaichi and get our mission? So we continue this. Is something the matter? Everything is fine. I will tell you what you wish to know. I simply have not spoken of my family in a long time. Sounds like you may not have gotten along. Not when I was younger, no, but we came to an understanding eventually. It simply took some time to get there, longer than he would have liked, I suspect. Yeah, it was a good week on Games of Divinity. I watched it radio style, which was to say I listened to it while doing other work. It was really cool. Yasujiro gave me an ultimatum after my run-in with Shiawase security. He told me that he had to cut a backroom deal with a rival in Shiawase to keep me out of prison. The charges would be suspended if I finished high school and studied at Kyoto University with the intent of joining Renraku. If I did not, Shiawase would take me into custody, and I would spend time in prison. Surprised he cut a deal at all. On some level, I am as well. Those sorts of deals are made all the time between middle managers who compete across corporations, but they are always frowned upon. Usually, they are also illegal. I think I took him for granted before that day. I had always taken my family for granted. Raised in a Renraku family, going to Renraku schools, I always had a sense of place, of belonging where I was. The thought of all that vanishing, I simply could not imagine it. Suddenly, the reality of my actions became clear. From then on, I tried to be the son he wanted, and he seemed glad of it. We grew much closer over the next few years. He took time off to visit me when I was living in Kyoto. He was a very busy man in those days. I was impressed that he could carve off as much time as he did just to go camping with his son. Nice stuff. We made several trips to the area between Kyoto and Nara, around the village of Ide. We camped in the mountains above it. We would hunt wild deer and boar there using my family's antique arquebus. I have no idea what that is. It is a choice of expediency. It is nearly impossible for a private citizen to own a firearm in Japan, which is why you may so often read of Yakuza attacks involving swords and cleavers. A friend posted that information the other day to Facebook about how it was like you have to take a class and then you need a mental health evaluation and you have to post a record of where the firearm is stored in your home. As the Tanegashima that my family owns is from the 18th century, it is exempt from ordinary regulations. Perhaps ironically, hunting with my father is how I learned to prepare raw meat. Strange to think that such activities served as training for my current state of affairs. Thank you for the follow, Dano Awesome Face. Welcome to the Muppet Mafia. We are very glad to have you here. Now, this brining step is key. Dave, my husband, is big on the brining when he's making food. Hey, camera, stop freaking out. Stop it. And simmer it at a low heat for several hours. Let it cool and repeat. When it is done, I spice it with ginger and sansho pepper. Again, not too much. Mundane food is anathema to me. Cannot get too hot. That's interesting. Those were good days. I am sorry I cannot go back to those times when one joins the Red Samurai. One must give up all attachments of one's previous life. The company, the code, and the unit become the entirety of your world. That's a lot of focus. It is. That is why the selection process is so rigorous, and so many fail. There is no shame in failing. Simply being allowed to participate in the test is a mark of excellence. Applicants must be human, Japanese, and utterly devoted to Renraku. Your unit becomes your family. Your commander is your father and mother, your teammates your siblings. Red Samurai are not allowed to reveal our identities and position to anyone outside the Special Operations Group. Even if we wanted friends outside the unit, we could not have them. So, how do I get to the loyalty mission? Are you familiar with the Kempetai? Kempetai. The Kempetai are the political arm of the Japanese military. Much like the commissars of the Soviet Union, they are responsible for enforcing political and social orthodoxy. So he had to join this group. Oh, this starts getting crazy. The Youth Brigade is a bit like the ROTC in North America, the Young Falcons in the Sioux Nation, or the District Officer Program in the Republic of Korea. Members learn to be soldiers without actually joining an army. They perform community service and promote civic pride. Performance and prestige in the Kempetai used to dictate later job opportunities, a bit like a good internship. That is an indelicate way to put it, but yes, you must be fascist to get a job. I believe the purpose of the Youth Brigade is to teach students to glorify the state over the South. We did as we were taught, such is the way of authority on the young, a chilling reminder in the current political climate. Do you regret it? No. Why? It was a necessary step in my plans for my future, even if some of the behaviors that we were involved in were distasteful. The state of the nation was such that those kinds of behaviors were legal and condoned. Oh, this shit is getting deep. Dang, Tyler. No, I am saying that it is very difficult for outsiders to judge a society's peculiarities objectively, unless they know what it is like to live in that society. History can condemn or exonerate me, but all I know for certain is I did what was required of me. When I was nearing graduation, I was approached by a recruiter with Renraku Security. She told me I came from a good family and could have a promising career with the company. The pay was good and the excitement of being an elite was an attractive proposition. I accepted, but I did not truly understand what I was signing up for. As I told you before, they force you to give up everything except the company and unit. Exactly what you would expect happened. I signed the contract and became a soldier in Renraku's army. I was physically fit, at the top of my class, and it seemed inevitable I would see my desires fulfilled. Obviously, I succeeded. The training was extremely difficult, both mentally and physically. I knew that I would be isolated from my old life, but I did not anticipate the full extent of that isolation. You are assigned a unit, and for the next 2 years, the Forge will be your home and prison. It seems ridiculous, in retrospect. We were all so young. None of us had any idea what we were doing, except trying to become the best soldiers in the world. And yet those strangers became my new family, in the absence of the old. So, does anybody know whether or not going further down this thread helps us get to his mission? That chapter of my life is over and done with. Why would you care about any of that? Very well, that is a fair point. When I was younger, I would have more readily cut off my fingers than tell you what you ask. You must understand that secrecy is absolute among the Red Samurai. Your identity becomes secret, erased from any database that might connect you to the Red Samurai. You use only your codename in the field, and your given name is known only to your commanders and your unit. Contact with the outside world is cut off completely. Even once training is over, your communications are restricted. Maintaining relationships outside those you work with is frowned upon. By design, it is. It forces recruits to bond with their unit and transfer every emotion they have for their old friends and family to the unit they must work with. If there is a tighter bond among any other Special Forces units, I would be surprised. Red Samurai units are always 5 members, one of whom is a spellcaster. During each training, each member takes turns becoming commander. The most competent is given the billet permanently upon graduation. It is by rotating who has command duties, we were able to see very quickly who had the mind and personality to lead the team. Ishida was our commander. He came from a rich family in Saitama, the type of family where he was given every advantage possible, with the expectation he would keep the family name prestigious. Takagawa was usually the second in command. As our designated marksman, he tended to have a better tactical view of how an operation should be run. He loved to get us laughing. Without him, I would have gone crazy in the first few months. Our mage's name was Sasaki. She had been in training as a Miko, an apprentice priestess, when her magic began to manifest. She was in the unit for the challenge and for the money. Her family had always been poor. I think she had joined the Red Samurai just to prove to them she could do anything she wanted. I am unsurprised to hear it. You and Sasaki share similar attitudes. Neither of you stops to consider if your goals are attainable. You simply know that they are. Our heavy gunner's name was Imori. He kept the team honest with itself. He never had a disparaging word for anyone. God, I can't speak English today. But would not hesitate to call someone out for their behavior. Sasaki loved that about him. Really, she loved all of him. The two were discreet, but discretion only goes so far in a small team. Sasaki and Omori were crazy about each other, and it would have done more harm to keep them apart. Lastly, there was me. I was the close quarters and breaching expert, the first man in the door when we had to clear a room. Omori could get us to do anything, but I was the one who made certain we did it well, with style. If a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing well. If that thing is also your duty, it is worth doing perfectly. Many times we would perform a drill or exercise well enough, but that was not good enough if I had to trust my life to it. Sounds like you missed them. Of course I do. They were my family for 8 years. Who wouldn't miss that? That sense of belonging and shared values. Even if I were to be cured, I could never go back. They have been disgraced, and I have done unforgivable things. I have been cast out for good. When they ambushed me in Fukuoka, I never say that one right. When they ambushed me in Fukuoka, it was fight or die. I killed 2 of them before I escaped. I will not be returning to the unit no matter what. It is not an easy memory to grapple with. Thank you, Time Turner. I am sorry I cannot talk about it now, but I need to process the emotions. Okay, well, we've let you go. Pardon me for continuing my exercises. I feel I have been letting them slip as of late. He's showing off now. Do you see that edge? Forged by one of the finest swordsmiths in modern Japan. Diamond-coated edge, capable of cutting even the most hardened ceramic armors. But what good is a sharpened edge without the precision to apply it? I think soon I will be able to perform this feat, cutting a single pea in half with my eyes closed. Again, I simply have to train my body to ignore the senses that it no longer has and pay attention to the new ones. My time in Fukuoka was tense. Since leaving Keihanshin, I had been careful to stay out of sight by moving on foot or in the back of automated delivery vans. The strain of constantly moving was wearing on me. However, I made a mistake. I had to get out of Japan, but a contact of mine in Kumamoto owed me a favor and arranged passage for me if I could reach the city in 48 hours. If I had taken my time, I could have made it to Kumamoto without incident, but I let caution slip when I got his mail. I thought if I disguised myself, I could take the train there, get out before my unit got any closer to finding me. I still don't know how they found me. Magical tracking, perhaps, or simply a well-developed spy network. Regardless, they found me. Public place for an ambush. It is. I suspect their orders were clear, however. Do whatever it takes to kill me. Civilians, expendable. For units like the Red Samurai, ordinary laws do not apply. The mission's success is the only concern. I suspected that the team might attack while I was in public, but I did not realize just how expendable the civilians were. When they blew the C4 charges over the station's western entrance to box me in, I realized how much I had underestimated them. I assumed that a train had derailed, honestly, but then I smelled the telltale acrid vapor of the explosives. Once you smell it, you never forget. The plastic explosive that we used has a particularly sharp odor, like old cheese. Something to do with an olfactory tag added to help track it if it is stolen. Omori and Sasaki charged out of an access corridor just ahead of where I had been standing. Sasaki threw a firewall down behind me, cutting off retreat while Omori started firing. Yes, that is so. Training took over. I knew I had to survive, and I was not thinking of anything but survival. Thank you for the follow to Fairy914. Welcome to the Muppet Mafia. If you're just joining us, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite. This is Shadowrun Sunday, and we're leaning pretty hard into our characters right now because we're trying to unlock their loyalty missions before moving on to the final plot. And Gaichu's got a lot of plot. So I charged Sasaki and Omori. They were only 15 meters away from me. The only advantage I had was they were as blinded by the dust as I was, but I could still hear and smell them. Sasaki threw a lightning bolt at me. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. But I managed to roll under it. That's pretty boss. As I came up, Omori's light machine gun was swiveling down. I felt time stretch out as I stared down the barrel. I caught Omori in the throat with the tip of my sword. It was a maneuver I'd practiced hundreds of times before. There was no resistance as I cut through his trachea, and he fell as I rolled to the side. I could hear him choking for breath as he dropped. It is strange to think how clear that memory is, even now. Spare me the 2 Nuyen psychiatry. Obviously what you say is true. The memory sticks with me so strongly for another reason. It was in that strike that I realized who I truly was. My whole time with the Red Samurai, I had focused on ensuring that I was worthy of the team. Everyone felt that way, but I felt it more acutely than most. I have always wanted to be the best, the fastest, the most precise. In the Red Samurai, I felt that to be less than perfect would be to let the team down. We were always told how lucky we were to have been accepted into the unit. The moment my sword struck Omori, I knew that I would survive the fight. They attacked me as they would an animal. They seemed to be counting on herding me into Takagawa and Ishida. Omori didn't even try to get out of the way of my sword strike. I recall his eyes going wide. He looked surprised that I was using a weapon, and not my claws. They thought they were fighting a beast. I would never have underestimated them as they did me. All the lessons I taught them about close combat thrown out the windows as soon as their preconceptions entered the battlefield. Disgraceful. As I killed Omori, I realized that it was not that I was unworthy of the Red Samurai, but that they were unworthy of me. I realized that I had progressed beyond their ability to understand. My sword was as accurate as ever, but they could not account for it due to ideological blindness.
Precisely. All those years I was worried I was not good enough to be a member of the Red Samurai. But we had been blind to all of the ways in which we were not training, or had avoided the harsh truths about our own abilities. We were so often told of our own excellence that I wonder if we had ever truly been tested.
Which is commonly a problem with high achievers, like people in high school who are up in the top half. I felt that way coming out of high school and going into college, because once you get into that certain kind of privileged tier, tied for number one, you're not tested, and then you end up in a room full of people who were tested, and it's hard.
Sasaki was the next to fall. As I turned away from Omori, I realized she must have seen me strike him. Her eyes were wide, and I could feel her fear and anger as she tried to summon another spell. She seemed caught between healing Omori and attacking me. It was there, on Sasaki, a downward stroke from Jodan's stance. She had hesitated, just as Omori had. I felt the breath go out of her, like someone had deflated a tire. She just slid down into a pile. I think she was trying to ask me how, when I ran. My goal was survival, not victory. Takagawa was too far away and I did not see Ishida. I only smelled him. So I ran. The trains had been shut down due to the explosion, but as long as I could get out of Hakata Station, I knew I could escape. They did not follow me out into the city proper. From what I heard via the Matrix, the event was reported as a terrorist attack that was thwarted by brave Renraku soldiers. Brave, foolish soldiers.
Interesting.
Emptiness is form is one of the great lessons of the Hakagure. Train sufficiently, and both swordsmanship and obedience will come instinctively. That is the closest to perfection a man can attain.
So does that mean you would have...
Obedience without a thought is to be cultivated, but so is the moral fortitude to know when to disagree.
So what changed your mind?
Beyond my disease, there was...
We already talked about that.
I am unsure why it would make a difference. Can you explain what you are driving at? Ah, I see. I think your mistake is in seeing this from a practical perspective. The problem is emotional, not mechanical. The nature of Red Samurai assignments is that losses are generally zero, or the entire team. In those rare cases when Red Samurai teams suffer partial losses, the remnants of the impacted teams are shuffled together and undergo retraining. Sasaki and Omori will undoubtedly be replaced. The problem is that I cannot be replaced. Simply put, I am not dead. Ordinarily, a missing Red Samurai would be considered dead, but Renraku knows precisely what has happened to me. What's more, my failure to do my duty reflects badly on the unit. Others will undoubtedly resist joining my former squad, as it has been tainted.
So until they kill you, no one wants to join your club. Interesting. Wouldn't it be easier if you faced them down? Take the fight to them.
What do you suggest, that I hunt them down while they sleep and murder them in cold blood? I am unsure that I clearly understand your meaning. Can you explain yourself more clearly? Ah, and you believe that absent that opposition I would have little to find myself. You tell me. What do you see? I am the creature that stands in front of you. What is it that I am, in your opinion?
I don't know which... Oh, Tyler is here. Yes, Gaichu's happening. Gaichu is happening. Do you have any... Why does this keep talking to me about things? Tyler, do you... Which one should I choose? This seems like a very impactful choice. You're not going to tell me because you want to see what I choose. Gaichu's pissed at me. But he's not defining his own self. And your insistence upon labels is a weakness. Why must you name a thing in order to understand it? You claim I am nothing without my unit, yet you cannot answer a simple question. I am. I exist. That is the truth and sum total of meaning in it. There exists no objective, external force to impose meaning and value upon our lives. How I choose to survive is a facet of my life, but it is not the totality of it. I seek to perfect my skills, myself, and my abilities in combat. Perhaps this is not the path I would have walked when I was younger, but I have been a soldier for so long that I cannot imagine devoting myself to any other trade. Hey, Lost Jeroboam. Well, this is technically Time Turner's mission. Mainframe is still in retirement over at Stardew Valley. We just haven't checked in with her in a while. This does not mean I am tied inextricably to my unit. It simply means I am shaped by my history. As are we all. I appreciate your concern about my history and my unit, but I assure you, I am doing all right. I must learn to adapt to my new condition and lifestyle on my own. The time will come when they find me in Hong Kong. No period. Infinite possibilities. What does perfecting mean? I do not know. I am certain that sounds like an evasion, but it is not. There is no roadmap for being a ghoul who is also a freelance killer. I only know that my instincts are stronger now than they were when I was an ordinary man. Given the amount of text, Tyler, the lack of typos is pretty great. Because of this, I must learn to make my own way in this world. There is no older teaching for me to reach for. Is this why you are concerned about my history with the Red Samurai? That is remarkably kind of you, Time Turner. Were this a year or more ago, I would not believe you. After having seen how you handled the Wampoans, however, I do. I am no longer simply a man. This is a fact of my life. I am beyond that. I do not know if I am better for it, but I know that I am different for it. I put a question to you then. If you had been changed into a ghoul, what would you do? How would you improve yourself and learn to live with your condition? I have no idea. A fair point. This is why I struggle with it. I know what I must eat, how I must live. The changes are not only physical. As I mentioned before, my mind is more instinctive now, and reasoning is more difficult. I tend to react quickly without thought, but that also generally will turn the tide in my favor. Warriors must learn to push their body and soul to the utmost limit. So too it is with me, but my body and soul are no longer that of a man. I must learn to use these differences as an advantage, rather than a handicap. So what will you do about your unit? Perfection is not a destination, it is a journey. One must strive to become the purest form of oneself that one can be. I am unsure. You have given me a great deal to consider, and I do not mean that lightly. There are several actions and possible outcomes I could foresee. I could relocate to another city. This has been my plan of action in the past. I could also keep a low profile, staying here, hope that they are unable to find precisely where I am hiding. Undoubtedly, Sheeta would command the team to keep looking. I believe it would be only a matter of time before they found me, but if it were a sufficiently long time. I could also confront them, draw them out into the open at a time and place of my choosing. That plan could succeed, but it could also put you and civilians at risk. Need to find a way to hide them. I am unsure if that is the wisest course of action. I am going to need to think about this a great deal. I will have an answer later. I did look at his box of memories, but it didn't have a lot last time. It was just the two things, and there's more things. Wait, that's interesting. So the box has more things every time we go back to it. The statuette is of a bodish. I'm not good at pronouncing that word.
Ah, it is the statue of Jizo, the protector of children. He is also the guardian of travelers. I have no interest in having children. I did at one time, but no longer. I have kept the statue not because of my love of Jizo's role, but of his temple in Kyoto. Jizo Inn is a tiny place. Has Tyler been to this tiny shrine place? It sounds like he may have. Well, hello, Andy. Hello, Space Cat. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you in the stream. We're diving deep on Tyler's psyche right now because we are deep in on Gaichu today. It's Gaichu Day. Maybe Tyler has photos of it. Well, you can show them to me later today. Maybe it was your favorite place in Kyoto. Well, then I'm glad you're here so we can discover it. I will read the entirety of the description. We are walking through Tyler's memories. Jizo Inn is a tiny place. It is fairly close to the much larger and better known sister temple of Saihoji on the western edge of Kyoto. Unlike Saihoji, however, Jizo Inn is almost unknown. To get there, you have to walk through twisting residential streets, past a deep, green grove of bamboo. If you do not know what you are looking for, you will never find it. Most people assume the road it is on is simply a dead end. I recall walking there in a light rain. I could smell the ginkgo and maple leaves in the slight breeze. I would go there and simply sit and let myself be whenever I felt the stress of school was too much for me. Inside, there are several small shrines. But the main attraction is the moss garden. You enter a very old meditation room from a small gate. You take off your shoes. You sit at the edge of the garden and feel the world outside slip from your mind like water through a sieve. Just you, the breeze, the trees, and the moss. That garden was a microcosm of my world, stripped bare of any confusion and bustle. Sounds nice. I rather thought so. I never saw more than 2 other people in the temple, no matter what the time of year. It seemed, at the time, to be my own private sanctuary.
Paper fan. There's a city and a river, roofs. Laborers care. Now, I'm also curious because this is also a very specific thing. Did you, Tyler? Do you own this fan, or is this something you found perhaps online? I love that we're diving into right now. I'm like, oh, it's BTS. It's behind the scenes. How people channel life experiences into creativity. Gaichu grunts, looking in the other direction.
The fan is from Sensoji Temple in See, I'm terrible at these things. Asakusa, one of the districts of Neo-Tokyo. The image is one of the less famous works by Ando Hiroshige, a woodblock printer from the Meiji Restoration. This isn't the same guy that did the wave paintings, right? I purchased the fan while on leave from my military training. It reminds me of how open life felt when I was younger. How the future seemed to stretch out, full of possibility. And also because I like the painting.
Gaichu, take us on your mission.
Please mind your step time, Turner. I feel I have made a mess and many of my possessions are quite delicate. I would be rather upset if you were to accidentally crush any beneath your feet. I apologize for the mess. He places a little statue. Why have you got all this on the floor? I am simply thinking about the chain of events that have brought me to Hong Kong. I've been considering our talk about our former unit, about what my plans are with regard to their incessant hunt and need for closure. I began to think that I too need closure, an end not only to the hunt but to our dance around the core issue. One of us must die, that the other might live. As it is, we are locked in stasis. How do you plan to accomplish it?
Hokusai and Hiroshige. Oh, I have a book of those. We should look through it. I bet you have this too, Tyler. This one. Yes. I wonder if the image from the fan is in here somewhere. Does it have a name? we can look for the thing that Gaichu likes. This one's a river. This could... It's not that one, is it? Wait, somebody needs to make Tyler a regular. Oh no. There's a bunch of these. Damn it, Nightbutt. Exactly. There's a lot of river paintings in here. Ah, this is fun. This has been sitting here next to my streaming station for forever. And now I have a reason to go back through it again. Hiroshige. The images of Gaichu's mind. Nice. It's a really nice book. It's like fabric covered and stuff. Yeah. It's really cool. Anyway.
My initial thought was to strike at a secure Renraku holding something valuable enough to draw the attention of the Red Samurai, and ensure that the Renraku reported that a ghoul was involved in the mission. I began searching the Shadowland BBS for any jobs against Renraku holdings here in Hong Kong. It is surprisingly easy to use the Matrix when you can read postings with your fingers. Slower than direct interface, but certainly possible. I began to offer a reward for information on Red Samurai teams known to be in the city. A modest reward, nothing that would attract too much attention, but enough to keep people interested. A Red Samurai team arrived here a short time ago, smaller than normal size. It is definitely them. My contact described Ishida and Takagawa perfectly, as well as a new heavy gunner, most likely from another disgraced squad. What's more, he described a woman who looked exactly like Sasaki, but with a scar here, on her forehead. Precisely where I cut her. Simply put, I intend to lure the team into responding to an action they believe to be perpetrated by an ordinary Shadowrunner, and ambush them. Then I will kill them. All of them. Once that is done, I can be free. I have found a job I am certain will draw a Red Samurai response. Renraku is moving a prototype drone through Hong Kong on the way to a research facility in Chiba. It is of a new design, implementing machine learning and pseudo-intelligence. Something that advanced would certainly attract a Red Samurai team, should someone attempt to steal it. Red Samurai are primarily proactive. The majority remain at the forge until dispatched across the world. Those that are not assigned to guard high-value locations. Black laboratories, secure research facilities, and major complexes. My former unit will be the only one close enough to respond to the threat. The Johnson for this run is a Renraku scientist escorting the drone. He wishes to leave Renraku's employ but is unwilling to risk reprisal should he escape on his own. To put it simply, he wishes to make it look like he was killed during a robbery. Hence, why he wishes the experimental drone stolen. If there is no body, there will be no investigation into his whereabouts. I can rid myself of pursuers, and he can be free of their yoke. While I owe this man no loyalty, I think I understand his sentiment. Besides, we will be receiving payment for a job.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Red Samurai are intense. So we've unlocked it. We're gonna save. We're gonna upgrade. We're gonna do this. So this is fun. We're getting a little bit of extra insight, and I have a greater appreciation for this book that my friend gifted me. I didn't really check in with that friend. I haven't talked to them in a while. So we should go maybe... I think we need some health kits. We did not get a lot of money from the last run. Much murder. Time for much Shadowrun. So first go to the health kit guy, and then if I have any money left over, maybe get a spell or something. Lady with her feet in the water. Do you know where that water's been? seems like it would be hard to play a Decker Street Samurai mix, because it felt like I really needed specialization in decking to do anything useful in decking. So folks are getting into the details of Shadowrun character creation in chat. Ten-armed Ambrose. Show me stuff. What's in my kit? I have 3 gold kits, 3 red kits, a fair amount of basic and advanced med kits. We might end up with enough money to get a spell or something. I'm just gonna get 1 more gold kit so that we have that. We only have 1s and 2s here, which is not as great. Okay. I'm gonna leave. I think that's enough. Bye, Ambrose. I know about Essence. It's the thing Fang didn't have. So if you're just joining us, hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite. This is Shadowrun Sunday. We're about to go on Gaichu's side loyalty mission and kill his friends. Because he wants us to. It's awkward, but deep. Super deep. Make sure to get some rest. So you think I need to sleep before this happens? Okay, just real quick. Just real quick. Okay. Okay. But first I need to go also get spells. I need like some good shit. It's so hard to tell what's a valid path because the art is so organic. Sometimes I'm like, you can't walk there, that's water. Okay. Last time we talked about getting... Did we get... There was like a fetish or something that we wanted. There we go. Spirit fetish. So there's the +1 willpower. +1 charisma. What do I have? What's weird is it doesn't show what I'm wearing, which is a bit of a bummer because I want to see what I have, like what I'm wearing. So I think I need to exit and just check my build real fast. Oh, and we should probably spend our karma. Oh, fine. I can't spend it right now. So my outfit is only armor 3. And we only have a power bolt 2. I should really get a better power bolt. Yeah, I like that it's the safe boat too. I agree with you, Lugeron. Alright, so we're not wearing any fetish thing. Now, does the fetish take up a slot, an inventory slot? Because that's, I don't want to lose any inventory spots. God's secret agent. That's a good point. Nguyen might actually be a descendant of Bitcoin. I feel like we may just need to get better armor. Going from armor 3 to armor 6 would mean a lot less dying, I think. And then Powerbolt 3 would cost a lot of money. But we could sell some stuff. I don't tend to use drugs terribly much, but we would need to sell a fair amount of those to gain enough money for. I don't really know. So the question is, do I get better? So our choice now is better armor or a better basic attack spell. That's what's happening. We can do Powerbolt 3. Or we could just not get Powerbolt now and then skip right to Powerbolt 4 the next time we get money on this run. I think that's a better way to go. So we did that. And then I'll just sell that other armor. X-Chair, you forgot to buy bribe sticks for your face. What does that even mean? What does it mean? Okay. We don't need this anymore. So close to buying that next power spell, but it's fine. Everything is fine. Let you get back to it. I think you're right, Lugeron. The corps do sometimes pay in corporate-only money. I'm glad Microsoft has not gone that way yet. We're still getting cash. So we have to upgrade. It's time for the upgrades. So, Gobbet's not going to be coming with us because we're mage, but haste is 4 rounds, and she gets accuracy. Or she can eat its spirit. I'm going to tell you what, we don't come up against spirits a lot. I think haste is way more helpful. So that's what we're going to go with there. Isabel. So mini launcher, that's the grenade launcher that we use all the time, right? You're a trash wife. Tyler, I don't know if that phrase means what you think it means. Or attacks on her physical body. So pain suppression. Now, that's the thing that Mainframe had. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the mini launcher, I think. Although pain suppression does seem pretty good. Like -3 DMG every single time. That one's tough. I don't know if we're ever going to use him, but I love this. He can throw back incoming grenades. That's amazing. Keeping that. Why didn't we ever get that from... Why didn't Fang ever get that? Is that a thing you can get? That seems like a massive oversight on our part. Okay. And let's see. He gets a katana attack that hits adjacent targets. Regenerate. I think I like regenerate. He's already got a lot of ways to wound people. And then Crochet can either be Mangler, Heavy Laser Mount. I want that. But she never used the magnet hand for anything but like picking up paper clips. That's true. She did have mainframe. So if any of you who are just joining us and didn't find us originally through my 16 months on Shadowrun Corporate Sins and Hyper RPG, we are discussing that show where I played a character called Mainframe. Our Street Sam was named Fang. There's a little macro if you want to catch all 200 hours of that Shadowrun goodness, but that's how many of us met. So we do sort of slide back to that every now and time. But see, MC, I don't think that ability makes Gaichu not miss. I think it just gives him another ability which might also miss. No, Demolition, no. We definitely encountered grenades. We definitely encountered grenades. Facts. I want the heavy laser. See, it doesn't say anything about accuracy there. Oh, no, I see. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Guys, she should have a way not to miss. Agreed. Like, because melee. Like, how is he missing with his claws and his swords? Like, but then I guess that happened to Fang. So it happens to the best of the street samurai. They just have a bad day. Okay. Yeah, Kron definitely encountered a ton of grenades at the end. I feel like I would have loved to see Fang fling that. I didn't even know that was a thing, that you could just catch a grenade and throw it back. That's super badass. So I'm going to confirm all that shit. Yeah, I'm going to confirm that. Great. Exit. I also need additional leveling. So badass. Come on. Load. Okay. So body is 3, quickness is 3, strength is 2, wisdom. Okay, so we can bump spellcasting up to 8. We could bounce. We could bounce to 6 on spirit summering. I'm kind of min-maxing. I feel like spellcasting 8 feels useful. And then we can go back to other things. But does this... Here's the thing, though. The chance to hit. So it doesn't increase the damage of the spells. This just reduces my likelihood of missing with my spells. Still, that seems worthwhile. Whereas the other major option I could conceivably do is make myself way more dodgy. Like I could bounce quickness and dodge up. It's also used to hit with, calculate the chance to hit? Really? And boosts resistance? I actually think maybe I should go with quickness this time around and do this. And this way... Oh. Yeah, there was a bug and it was still showing me the willpower thing up there. So now it's up to quickness. Okay. But I think not getting hit is good, because we did have a couple of close calls last time. We're going to go with this. This is where my instinct's telling me to go, so we're going to do it. Now we're going to save again, because we don't want to redo all that crap. I love DECCON 2056. I just want to put that out there. DECCON 2056 is bae. Hi, Matthew. Well, have fun playing with it. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, glad you're avoiding spoilers. Hopefully we'll be able to catch you on future streams, but thanks for dropping by. Okay, so I was told by a powerful source, who may or may not be Gaichu's writer, that I should go and take some rest. So I'm going to do that. He said real quick, go... Boop. Boop is our term for pushing the action that you often see her do on the little inspection points. For the first time since you got to Hong Kong, you wake up feeling well rested and satisfied, but something is wrong with your mouth. You reach your hand up and run a finger over your teeth. It doesn't take long to find the source of the problem, a molar on the upper left side, and the tooth just pops the hell out of your mouth. Which is great. Thanks, Tyler. Thank you. This is why we can't have nice things like good dental hygiene. As the tooth comes free in your hand, an image etches itself into your mind. A great chamber, hazy in form and outline, clouds of red mist that fill the air, perfuming it with salt and copper. Great columns stretching up from the ground to pierce the sky. And above it all, the enormous grinding gears of a broken machine. But you're still basically worried about the horrifying tooth falling out thing. In the distance, you can hear a sound, a desperate, frantic pounding. Something enormous at the door. Many somethings all desperate to get in, scrabbling and scratching and scraping, but unable to find purchase. The way in is locked. You feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment. You've done it. The others are trapped outside, blind and starving, unable to pass through the door. The chamber and what lies beyond it are yours. So this is a little. This is a little sacrilegious, but the sequence, I feel like we need a guest appearance from Sprinkles.
A shrill giggling noise fills the air.
This is to diffuse the awkward, like the tension of the teeth.
Like the laughter of a small child mixed with the shivering screech of countless violins. The sound reverberates down your spine like an electric current. The intoxicating aroma of meat fills your nostrils. You have been starving for 1,000 years. Soon, it will be time to feed. But you won't have that tooth! Ha! And just like that, it's over. The images fade, dissipating like vapor. Only the tooth in your hand remains. I should have read the whole thing.
Yeah, I know you should have, but you didn't. We'll think about it next time we have a creepy dream, okay?
Yeah, every time you have a creepy dream, just think of me. That's a good branding story. Okay, remember me.
Get over there, Sprinkles. That was Sprinkles, in case you've never met her before. I forgot. You remember when Sprinkles was doing the reads of the villain in Dragonfall? That was good times. Good times for everybody. So we'll save so we don't ever have to do that tooth thing again. Yeah, there's nothing creepier than a puppy yelling Muppet, am I right? Yeah. She thinks she's creepy. It's appropriately spoopy for Halloween. Okay, we're gonna do the things, guys. We're buffed up. We're gonna do the things. Brace yourselves. Put on your combat gear. Your chameleon suit if you're a stealthy person. And we're gonna go help Gaichu. It's Murder Town, capital of Murderville. Go, go, go. I feel bad for this unit, but it's what's needed. Okay, so obviously Gaichu's coming. And Raktar, this is my crew. I'm very sorry about your waifu not coming along, Tyler/Adariel, but I am a mage, and I benefit more from Isabel than I do. And she's a grenade launcher. I mean, grenade launchers are bae. This is definitely bae. So we're going with our core crew. Fractali, you remember the first one you caught? Just Sprinkle's dramatic reading of Julius Caesar? I do hope we'll get back to some more of those. Those were good times. Life has been very busy lately, but my speaking tour is almost over, so that's something. Then I can sort of get back to some more normal schedules. Except for that whole going to Europe again and also running a half marathon at Disneyland thing. So there's, yeah, we'll figure it out. Now, Tyler, when you say when you played Michelle, do you mean when you played as Michelle, like you rolled a character for her? Or do you mean like you guys were playing competitively in a mode that I didn't realize existed? Okay. So, I wanted everybody on the team to have a gold kit. It's good. You get a gold kit. Who is it? Oh, so this is Gaichu. And then Raptor needs some kits. And then she needs some kits. Cool. Bye, Demolition. Have a good day. It's nice to have you joining us. It's like old times. We got everybody's in the house. Yeah, but nobody. Sweet laser action. You mean the upgrade to Koshi? Because I haven't figured out how to get that laser gun to any of my peeps. Okay. This is the facility. Past that fence is the warehouse and test laboratories. Ishida and his team should arrive mere minutes after we breach their defenses. I love how organized, like, Gaichu wasn't just like, I'm going to draw them out. Gaichu was like, I got us hired to do a thing, and we're going to make money, and we're going to draw them out. Gaichu's, like, super on it. Yeah, Koshi. Good. Alright. What kind of... That will not be possible, I am afraid. A facility of this importance warrants a maximum security presence. Any covert points of entry will be guarded and trapped. We will have no choice but to go in through the front door. All right, MFX style. It's fine. We can do that. While the Red Samurai provide a good backup team, there are too few of them to mount a standing guard. This means that we will be facing standard Renraku security forces. While they are not as potent as better equipped security, Knight Errant, for instance, they are still skilled combatants. So these guys aren't as potent in meat space as their Matrix counterparts? Securitech International is nothing to scoff at, and they're generally guarding pretty heavy-duty hosts. No, they are not as well equipped or trained as their Securitech brethren. Still, they carry a variety of assault weapons and wear heavy armor. They are above average opponents, so it would behoove you not to underestimate them. Did her done. Yep, Crit Twitch. Gaichu must survive. Yeah, that makes sense. Boop. I am wearing the new armor, right? Because that would be awkward if I wasn't. Good. I've got my little weapony thing. But he said front door. Do these people not care about me being here? Well, okay, that's fine. Everything is fine. I want to area of attack here. That was effective. Then I will hide because I am squishy. Oh God, I love having been a game dev myself, Tyler. I love that you like in your head can see the map editor and be like, you didn't cross the line of sight. Like it was, I love that insight. Yeah. All right. Well, Gaichu, good. What should we do? I say you should. Well, you're kind of closer to these guys. But these guys... Here's what we're going to do, Gaichu. You're going to slash them with your AP damage attack. Although you have... You also have these which can attack adjacent targets. So you're going to do this. Go do that. Nice! Good job! And then you're going to Spore Cloud. Boom. Good job. Now you, Ractor. Hi, Abby Marie. Hello. I know, but I just love that you're like instantaneously, even though this was years ago, you're like, I know where the line of sight is. This is such a treat to have you here while we're playing this. Okay. So Koshé. Here, Koshé. Yeah. Lasers. Where are my lasers at? Nice. And then, I think it's funny that this guy, I have less of a range of attack than this one does. Okay, and then... This is going well. Ractor, you should hide, because you were very squishy. Where can you get good cover? I think you're gonna hide here. And then just for fun, shoot this guy. That wasn't so bad. That was fine. Isabel, hey, why don't you, even though this is total overkill, use your... Yeah, that's what I thought. Now you can go hide. Bulcha, thank you for the subscription. A new subscriber, please bring out the Muppet Mafia to salute our newest Caparem. And I always pronounce that wrong. And the very dramatic music happening while you came in.
Thank you so much for that subscription, Bulja. I'm Sprinkles. I don't know if you met me earlier when I was being super creepy, but I'm one of the best things about this channel, and now you have my emote. Yay! We welcome you. Thank you very much for joining us for that generous Twitch Prime subscription. Oots, 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 oots. Yay! Yay! Yeah, we hope to see lots of you, but we're glad you're here. Thank you, Bulja. Unts, 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 unts. See, Fractali gets it. You know that I am the best thing about this channel. Yeah, why did I say one of? I am the best thing! Yeah!
Okay, you're gonna go. The camera's freaking out about you. Okay, you just sit there for now. Thank you so much for the subscription. The dramatic music, everything is happening. Well, we took care of that part of the combat pretty well. Time to shift our attention. Yeah, so it's true, but we know that she doesn't believe Mo is cool, Lugeron. So, oh sure, just walk right up to the squishies like you have strategy or something. Fine. Okay. Well, how about a little bit of chain lightning? Huh? Huh? Whoa, that's so sad. Ugh. Some mana bolts. There we go. He's out. I'm gonna go ahead and reload her grenade launcher now. Koshe, you should use your pistol. Now that is... I want the target leg, because mainly because I don't want adjacent target damage. Should have gotten spellcasting 8. Yeah, that's true. But I took a chance, and she's hopefully going to get hit by less things later on. Well, somebody's got to take this guy out. Go bite him in the face, can you, please? Oh, what? This guy has like 1 health. There we go. There we go. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Do a little hacking. Can you get the camera feed spell, please? See, this is what I wished MFAC would do more of, is ask the Decker to help. Instead of being like, boom, blow up. Also, Tyler, irrespective of anything, like, I love the like wacky VHS effects you guys apply to these video feeds. Your comlink springs to life, and you're suddenly viewing what must be the interior. Tuvan Rock, the security officer, clustered around a wall panel that appears to be malfunctioning. I hate when that happens. I know, it's madness for Actali to ask the Decker to help. This thing's been giving me trouble all week. The gas pressure control circuit's been running 55 amps, running at 100,000 volts. Anytime there's a glitch in a system, it shorts out. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't a mechanic. It is literally called old VHS. I love it. I love it. I love, like, just the irrationality of the digital signal having VHS artifacts. I love it so much. Fractor, and now you ask the rigger to help too. Like, hey, you with the skills, can you do the skills thing? No problem. Give me one moment, and there we have it. The panel explodes! 16 OMG! In a shower of pressurized gas and sparks, searing armor and burning exposed flesh. Ouch. Bad day at work. Walk away. Well, that was a fun time for everybody. I think that all went pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and save. Just in case something else goes wrong later. Fractali, it wasn't so much that that our Shadowrun group MFAC let Fang do the talking as our Street Sam with 0 charisma or 1 charisma, I think, would just step forward and do the talking before we could stop her. One thing we certainly could not do was restrain her bodily because she was made of metal. But I learned a lot from the way Fang was played, and I hope to channel just a little bit of that into Hexy Kate, which we haven't talked about yet. If you've just joined us and you like live play tabletop RPGs, I am currently playing a character called Hexy Kate, a psionic entertainer, over on Geek Space TV's Leviathan Distant Stars, which is a space opera RPG based on Stars Without Number. I won't be in this Wednesday's episode because I'm going to be giving a talk in Oslo in Norway, but you should tune in because it's great. There's 4 episodes on YouTube so far. They're fun, and I'll be back next week, but it's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So that's if you're into that kind of thing, it's great. Vern, Hexy Kate is not quite Vern because Hexy Kate is okay with violence, and Vern, who is one of our friends, Claudia's character in our other in my Sunday night Exalted game, Vern really wants peace. I just took a lot of heat, just like a lot of heat. That was, guess what I'm gonna do is heal myself. I need more health, just as a general thing. So I need to not be exposed. I'm gonna do that. And then maybe some chain lightning again. Yep, that did not work out. It's fine, everything's fine. Guess what? Time for grenades. My body is low. It's not great. Maybe that's what I should have taken points in. Koshei needs to be independent again. Koshei's gonna go... Koshei can take some hits. Squish, squish, squish. Lasers. This guy he's on fire. This one's not. What the hell, Koshei? Try harder. Raptor, do you have line of sight on anyone? Can you get to better cover? Raptor, why don't you hide in this wonderful cover spot where you cannot get hurt? And Gaichu, hey, why don't you bite people? Slash. And then make your thing go. Yeah. I like that little that. What's Deathless? Is Deathless the... Is that a Koshei? I have such bad rememberings of the things. Which one is Deathless? Koshei cannot die. Oh yes, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad about that. How did you know that? How did you see that? Okay, so anyway, Gaichu, go and slash some people in the face, yeah? Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Nice! I like the camera moving back and forth. It's a nice detail. Isabel. You need to reload. Well, that was not as effective, but I don't really care. We're gonna... I need better line of sight on this guy. Not ball lightning. I have a lot of area of effect spells. Well, we'll do ball lightning. Why not? Oh, that went wide. That was great. Okay, let's go bite him in the face. Yes? Yes. I don't know why the group hates Duncan so much. But that's a factual statement. A lot of missing going on, I have to say. Yeah, it was good. 24 OMG. That was... I appreciate that. Oh, we haven't even... Koshei hasn't even... Don't want to hit adjacent targets. I would not mind doing some AP damage. But the thing is, I don't like Duncan more than I like a man with a robot pet or a lady with a grenade launcher. Those are the facts. Nice. All right. Some ley lines, maybe? That's a really big ley line. How about... Oh, there's flamethrower. I was wondering where that went. That was good. That was good. The adept has come out of the bathroom! See, buff. That's a good one. That's a good one, Lugeron. In our Shadowrun campaign, the first episode, the mage stayed in the bathroom in the bar for most of the episode. So that is what that is referring to. Now that we've done some ranged attacks, I feel like Gaichu should just go and slash him in the face. Gaichu, I know you can do better than that. That's more like it. Fine, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way with guns. Really? There we go. So there's a lot of doors, guys. I feel like I'm on Let's Make a Deal. Is it door number 1 or door number 2? Boop. Oh, there's so many things in this room. I'm going to save over the last save file because we didn't die. We did pretty good. We haven't needed any health kits yet. And I don't want to redo the combat. So, and I might... Aw, he's a scared scientist. He's scared. It's okay. I won't kill you. Wait, that guy looks really familiar, though. It's not Brian Kamioka, is it? That's weird. Don't hurt me, please! I don't know why this fucking cares. Stop it. Stop giving me that message. Windows. Wait, it's you! Saru! Renraku management said you were dead, but I knew they were lying. But I didn't expect that you would be the one to answer my request. This is a good omen, friend. Indeed, you were lied to. The shame the Red Samurai suffered due to their inability to kill me is undoubtedly something they wish to hide. I am glad to see that you are well, but I am no longer Saru. That codename is long gone. Now, I am Gaichu. Yes, his name is Tanjiro Sasaki. A senior researcher, he has served Renraku for more than a decade. Do you recall how I said I had guarded similar facilities? They were usually in service of protecting Tanjiro's projects. It's true, and believe me, I can help you with what you're here for. We're here for a few reasons. Your fixer got the job because I've arranged this. Why do you think it was so easy to get here? You're not just here for the drone, but to fake someone's death. My death. If a group of heavily armed Shadowrunners break in here, it's completely believable that I would be killed in the process. As of right now, I've suppressed the alarms. I can undo that, and once I've reached a safe distance, I will. The samurai will arrive just a moment too late to save the research and me. So we've already helped you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your bad experience with Microsoft tech support, Argreen. If that continues, let me know, because there's sometimes ways we can get different tech support numbers if things are in particularly bad situations. If it really needs to be escalated, maybe there's a way. But it sounds like you got Windows reactivated. Yeah, the whole sort of fingerprinting based on hardware configuration is tough when you're self-modder or self-builder. The Red Samurai team will rush to this building as soon as the alarms are released. I'll give you the code I wrote into my Overwatch program. Just use it on one of the security mainframes when you're ready. You'll have time to set up any ambush you like. Typically, we would send the main force in through the front, leaving one team member aside to flank the opposition. It would be advantageous for us to isolate one of them and pick them off before the main force engages us. You can use the quarantine room. It can be programmed to destroy contaminants or apply lethal amounts of electricity. Regardless of what you pick, it should certainly kill anyone attempting to pass through it. Yes, that could work. His expression is bright. You don't see that from Gaichu very often. If we were to make the quarantine room look like the point of ingress, they would send at least one of the team there while the main squad utilized standard routes, namely entering through the front door. You know, I think I realized I don't have stream alerts running, which is why the recents aren't updating. So I'm going to fix that real quick. Bunny butt! Except there's no butt on this butt. I mean, this bunny has a butt. It's just not directly visible. So we're just going to fix that. And that way. But at least we're getting the notifications properly through the web API. It was just the counts are wrong. Bunny! There we go. Things are fixed now. Teferi, Bulja are up there. Suddenly Bunny standing beside you. Yes, Tyler. I love my bunnies and I use them. They're a great conversation piece. Like when you have bad AV situations, when things get fixed, there's a bunny. And so everybody's happier, even though they've been through shitty AV situations. So, Time Turner, we should let Tanjiro go. He has given us more than enough to accomplish the task at hand, and he is a friend of sorts. I gotta fix the chat. We might name one of the bunnies Seymour. We'd have to decide which one, because there are several bunnies. Seymour Butts. Oh, God. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. That is why our the top tier subscriber emoji is a bunny with a butt. It's a bunny butt. Is because several of my desktops have bunny butts on them. And so, I was basically high on Percocet at becoming an affiliate. I was like, you know what I want is a bunny butt icon. So I did. I hate that it's stuck behind the $25 tier, but maybe someday we'll be partnered and then we can have a bunch of emotes for people. Okay. Thank you. You have no idea what it's been like living under Rinraku's thumb. You're giving me the chance to start again. Hopefully with a better life. And you. It's because of you I found the strength to leave Rinraku. They couldn't find you or kill you as a sign that I could escape as well. I admired your tenacity, your drive. Thank you, Tanjiro. That means more to me than I think you know. Go. They'll be coming for us soon enough. I want you to be well out of here when they arrive. Bye-bye. Run! Run, Tanjiro, run! Take the drone. Boop! Yeah! Booped that drone. Booped it good. To Isabel. Ooh, time for some hacking, y'all. It's a good balanced mission. Part of a good balanced mission diet. Okay. So this thing... This is a safe square here. So stop there. Okay, so that was good. This is a dead end over here. Oops. Oops. Fine. I feel like she got a new attack. Oh, 250 DMG and still not dead. There we go. Isabel's on fire today. She's hitting some crits. I agree, KB Tibbs. Big improvement on the Matrix. There's far more strategy in it now. So it goes up here, turns around. Keep going, Isabel. Okay, so that's as far as we can go. I like the way it glows underneath her, like the little whoop, whoop, whoop. That's cool. Okay, so this one's a little tough because there's an overlapping pattern. But I think we run now. Nice, nice. Good. On we go. Oh, okay. Well, that for last round was good. We're gonna run suppression. Then What else do we have? Killer. Love Killer. What? Isabel. Well, at least I don't have to worry about this one anymore. That will make things a little bit easier. This looks like a safe spot. Okay, so once this guy clears, we run. Time for a minigame. Blocker ice rating 8. All right, guys, time for a little Simon. One 581 1581 967 9679 53288 53288 54172 54172 736759 736759. I think we'll go with that. So it starts with this, and it's one of these. And it ends with this. Yeah! Bye, William! You should include Gaichu in your Shadowrun game. That sounds great, Tyler. That would be lucky. That is a lucky group. Well, yeah, I definitely want the pay data. Duh. Okay. It's not so bad here. This is a fun cube. Doesn't do anything, but it's fun. So I think we're done. Gonna jack out. So, we did a thing. We got some stuff. Things have been going well. I don't see any way to get back to here. This just seems like additional sort of art. I don't see anything to boop back here. This was just the bathroom where the guy was buffing. Fine. I love the transparent floor, just so everybody can watch the pipes. Koshé is good for vents. Tiger Planet, well, technically September is still going. It's a promotion that Twitch ran, and stop me if you've heard this one, but right now subs are half price if you for first time subs to a channel until TwitchCon this week is over. They extended it till the 18th. So it's a fun way to subscribe to new channels. Let's go. Activate a drone. Well, yes, I was planning on doing that. Here, Koshé, 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 Koshé. So 90% of all the Shadowrun rigger stuff is because you are a rigger. I didn't. So explain rigger in real life, Tyler/Daryl. I sometimes forget that people don't. Oh wait, no. Rack is just like, hey, how you doing, Koshé? Meanwhile, I'm gonna go boop the thing over here. Oh wait, Koshé, why'd you... Fine, I'm just gonna boop the terminal. I don't need to send Koshé an event. It's fine. Oh, I'm glad you... So, it's this fun fact, Tiger Planet. So you have a couple days if there's a channel you were thinking of subscribing to. Twitch Prime is still the same price as free, But yeah, and Tedesstrial Subtober does not sound as good. Although it sounds surprisingly better than you would think. No sub, and you can't do it in November because what would you do? Like no Subember? Like that's bad branding. If we bait the quarantine room, one of the team members will move through it to flank us. Since Tanjiro's program gives us access to their comm channels, we can choose who to draw in. The other 3 will enter through the front door. I can bait the quarantine room to draw in one of the samurai. They will split up, but they won't deviate from standard protocol very much. The remaining 3 will remain together. Subtoberfest is great, Argreen. See, that person should totally be on Twitch marketing. We have 3 choices. We can bring in Sasaki and eliminate her magical support. We could draw in Takagawa to cut down on long-range sniper fire, or we can draw in whoever the heavy gunner replacement is. We can only draw in one, however. I say the heavy, because I'm squishy. And we saved right before this, so whatever we choose, if we choose wrong, we can go back. My instinct is the heavy. I'm just having flashbacks from Dragonfall, the guy with the minigun. Like, I just really don't want to deal with that shit. But sniper, we also did have that bad run-in with the snipers earlier in this game. I'll go for the sniper. Okay, can I take Koshei now? There was a thing that we could get from the room. I want Koshei to go get the thing. Yes, yes, I know. Snipers killed Nightjar. Boop! What's here? I'll leave that for now. I don't need to go in the elevator right now, do I? Now they will learn what it is to face me in true combat. No more running. No more hiding. Tonight, we end this for good. Dun, 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 dun. So they're gonna come into the quarantine room? Like, but we can't go in there? It's not fully clear to me. Read the mission instructions. Nope. So they're all gonna come in. Well, what about the pickoff guy? So the one that goes to the quarantine room will be trapped? Okay, I'm gonna sit here. So we can position ourselves reasonably. Raptor, you go there. Koshei, you go here. You can take people out from anywhere over there. And then Isabel, you can get some decent cover back here.
Oh, wait, she's taking up the ley line. I want to go here and head over to this mini ley line. Okay. Ah, I see. That was how that worked. Koshe, how'd you end up back there again? Jeez. Ah, Koshe. Aw, that was sad. Let's do some stuff. Oh, I have a mine. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna move. And then you're gonna throw this little mine thing. Yeah. And you are gonna chain lightning this guy. This lady. Good, good. All good. You have very little to do right now, Gaichu. You should go here. Bye, sniper. So Krellin, you noticed the bug too, where it kind of like got hung in a transitory state. Who's that? I thought I was told they'd all come in through the front door, so how the hell did he end up in there? Buffet in the bathroom, my ass. I feel like that was appropriate. Now, Ractor, I feel like you need to get a little bit more forward. This time the heavy's in the bathroom. I've got them on visual. Okay. Isabel, you have grenade launcher, but you don't have a line of sight on this ass. Okay, fine. Koshe could go deal with him. What do you mean line of sight blocked? Blocked my ass. Okay, fine. Oh, Koshe, that was not a great round for you. Lines of sight are cauliflower, Krellin. I agree. Hey, do you guys want a toxic spore cloud? Because it sounds fun for everybody. Sucks to be fighting a ghoul, doesn't it?
Raptor is not terribly useful at this moment. He's just gonna try to get a gunshot in. Wow! Good job, Bractor. Just, you know. Wow! Okay. I think I'm actually gonna send our friend over here. Because it feels like Gaichu's got those two pretty well under control. So we need to deal with the heavy gunner. Cauliflower is definitely better. But better at being bullshit. Okay, that was not a lot of damage, but I'll take it. Haha. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him with my grenade launcher because I have not been able to shoot a grenade in a few minutes and I feel antsy. He's very well armored. Koshie feels lonely. So Koshie's gonna come out here. I'm pretty sure it's good that... Oh, Nightbot said, why don't I get invited to grenade parties? I don't want him to be able to do anything with grenades. So AP damage sounds like a good idea. How about some lasers? That was a good hit. Man, he is down 3 AP and he is not sleeping yet. Whew. Meanwhile, in Gaichu land over here, just slash at the guy in the face. That was a good hit, Gaichu. That's good job. Nice. This was good. This is all good. I can't get to that guy this round. Do some armor piercing. Now chain lightning hits. Is he asleep yet? Yes, he is asleep. Finally. Okay, so Gaichu. Just send you over here for now. And Raptor's been pretty good with the guns, so we're just gonna give him another attempt at this. Nice, good job, Raptor. That was a good round, you guys. But I feel it's appropriate that Gaichu goes in for the chew. Not the kill, the chew. It's good. Ah, nope. Gaichu's still, as you say, Krellin, it turns out the newbie's gonna be dropped by someone else. Oops, forgot I was still launching grenades. Sorry about that, Gaichu. Sorry. It's fine. Everything's fine. What is that achievement? Wouldn't want to be that guy. Lutron, I made you snort. I'm not sorry. Oh, yeah. So, we did that. That was the thing that we did. That went pretty well. Yeah, yeah. Guess we'll just take the boop. Boop. Take. I hate that it doesn't let me do the things for other people. That's fine. Boop. Boop. It booped back. This is a spirit point, which means there's probably more battle coming. I'm just gonna go ahead and save again. Yeah? Yeah? Seems like a good plan. When you boop the abyss boops back. Deep. Very deep. Oh god, guys, I have to pack again. I don't like packing. And when I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna be standing in front of 1,200 people and I have to wear a headset mic, and what do I wear? It's a lot of pressure. And you're like, do you pick a dress that coordinates with the slides? Oh, by the way, my slides for this talk totally themed like the Elcars from Next Generation, because I'm that nerd. Yeah, I'm very proud of myself. Very proud. Ministry of Boop. I agree, Krellin. Packing is completely cauliflower. But I didn't use the Elcar's font intentionally because I didn't want to make it so close that somebody would come after me, so I used Franklin Gothic instead. But because it was also a little bit more readable, font nerding. But I'll show you guys. No, I won't, because I don't have that font on this machine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So many things. I'm going to leave this for now because it feels like there's going to be a battle in here, and maybe I could use that later. This is very much a dead end, you guys. I'm sure Tyler knows exactly where I need to step to cause things to happen. Does Tyler know where I should step? I don't know what the point of this floor is, guys. Is it just so I can come and get medical supplies? Am I just supposed to leave through the front door? Oh, no one found the purpose of this room. So... confront the Red Samurai Captain. Did I kill him already? I feel like I killed 3 people. Well, where is he? Oh, he's just sitting on the floor. Surprised, silly me not seeing that he wanted to talk. Gaichu, honorless cur. I regret the day I ever began teaching you. You're truly depraved to kill your own brothers rather to submit to what is right. Gaichu, yes, that is my name, as everything of my old life has been taken from me. What is honor if it is built on a lie? What is duty if the dogma behind it is corrupt? What do you know of it, vermin? Every red samurai who has become subhuman has taken their life. Everyone but you. You are a disgrace to the order and a disgrace to your people. You've been blinded. I feel like it is not my place to talk here, but I have no choice. For years, you were taught that to be pure was to be powerful, that metahumans, the infected, and the deformed were to be scorned for their weakness. Yet here I stand, and there you lie, broken. You think a victory over Sasaki, Takagawa, and me makes you superior? You'll spend the rest of your useless days cowering in the darkness, eating the flesh of your betters. You're no better than an animal, skilled though you may be. You said the Red Samurai were the best, the strongest, the most capable. Those who were non-human were unworthy of consideration. You told me that I would be better for having joined you. But that's a lie. I was infected and I became better than I was. Your own blindness allowed me to escape, blind to my skill and blind to the power of the impure.
I was not superior because I was Red Samurai. I was Red Samurai because I was superior. I chose my own fate. I make my own destiny. I will show you the strength of my disease, Ishida. I will make you like me, and you will be cast out just as I was. I survived and remained intelligent because I have the will to do so. Can you say as much?
Whoa! So, make a powerful enemy more powerful? I feel like this is dangerous. Especially because if Renraka realizes that ghouls can be good soldiers, then they'll just like enslave the ghouls somehow and use it for their own purposes. I don't. It seems like a decision for like that choice is a bit too filled with hubris to be. But then if he does kill himself when he's ghoul, does that mean that guy I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like the most Gaichu thing, like it's Gaichu's choice and Gaichu's story. I would probably choose the former, but I want to see the way the character fulfills its most characterness. So, you think I'll let you infect me, monster? I'll do what you're too weak to do. I'll take my own life like the 47 Roman of old. Such a foolish boy.
Foolish. You underestimate me, old man. After I cripple your arms, you will have no means to kill yourself. The disease will burn through you like a fire, consuming every inch of your humanity. Then we shall see, Gaichu. And if you are wrong, I shall meet you again in my next life and try to teach you to do better.
This is between you guys, y'all.
Come, I will show you your own inner weakness. The sounds that follow are viscerally, intensely horrifying. The crunch of bone mates with the sound of wet flesh tearing under the pressure of jagged ghoul teeth, and as a high counterpoint comes Ishida's screaming of horror and pain, and undoubtedly some measure of the terror of what Gaichu is doing to him. Eventually, Ishida passes out. Gaichu rises, wiping copious amounts of blood from his mouth with the back of his hand. It is accomplished. He is unconscious, but he will live. Let us be done with this.
All right then, that's the thing that happened. Why does he still have a speech bubble? That just must be left over. All right. Gaichu says we're done, so we're done. There's nothing upstairs, right? I mean, I guess since it feels weird because it's like a gun on the table that's not used in Act 3. Might boop it one more time, though. Boop. That's true, XJR. This is what happens when you hit a limit trigger. So if we were an Exalted, this is what Gaichu would have done. All right, well, we did it, guys. We got through it. We did not die. I think I'm finally getting the hang of this Shadowrun thing. It's only taken a couple years, right? Confirm. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all we have left is Gobbet's loyalty mission at this point. Check out school.
The sun's rays paint Hong Kong's mountains in a palette of orange and gold as they speed by outside the train. The final flash, the sun dips below the horizon, foretelling the inevitable descent into night. Gaichu is silent as you walk back to the MTR station. His body remains as tense as the cables on a suspension bridge, but his expression is triumphant. Ishida has been punished. All that waits him is a slow descent into hunger and possibly madness. Bye, Lady Red! Thank you for stopping by!
Eat karma. Yeah. And some money, and some pay data. That was a very fruitful mission. It took some dogged determination, though, to get that to happen. We talked to Gaichu a lot before Gaichu finally agreed to that course of action. Safe boat. Boop. Send a quick email to Kindly Chang, letting her know of a drone. Brave of you to do... Ah, this is Kindly. Brave of you to do side work without telling me. Or stupid. Take your pick. Luckily, Auntie Chang knows plenty of buyers for your new toy. I'll send a finder's fee over to you right away. And then... post some pay data... So we need to go talk to Gobbet a little bit. So we might be starting a little bit over with this one. I can't eat the oyster. It's too gross. It's too gross.
Suit yourself. So, are you here for a reason?
Yeah, so first we need to change the ship name. I want it to be Kraken, and that's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to click through these pretty fast because we did them before. I did the Raptor loyalty mission because that's the one where we got the new program for him. Time Turner and the Gobbet of Fire. Nice. Nice. Our Green Paradox. Very nice.
Still remember that, do you? Huh, I just sort of assumed you'd laugh that off.
Works for me. So go on. This is the one where she kicks in.
Yeah, that'll happen. Our client wanted us to break into one of the apartments. The story was an ex of hers, a guy named Boggs, lived there. She'd been cooped up with him for about a week prior until things went sour in a big way. She wanted us to get back some things that Boggs kept when he kicked her out. Scared the shit out of him, bloody him up. You know the drill. Yeah. So anyway, Sibilance had a plan. We knew we had to go in quiet because the Metroplex had a panic system wired directly to the HKPF. If we'd gone in shooting, we'd been drowning in cops within 10 minutes. We'd camp out near his doorway, wait for the ceiling to start raining plaster, then smash our way in with his neighbors none the wiser. I don't know. It might have if things had gone different, but it's what we did, so pipe down and let me tell you the rest of the story.
Thank you, Fractal. I'm glad you think it works. And it's not too Valley Girl.
So we waited in the hall just like Sibilance planned. We had a guy on the elevator and another at the stairs who's waiting by the floor's communal kitchen. Sib took up a position by the door. She had these cyber legs that she dumped a ton of union into. Hydraulic jacks, strength enhancements, the works. Girl could probably leg press a dump truck. Come to think of it, most of her plans involved kicking things. There's something a little sad about that. Focus. Right, the story, right. So we heard a boom from downstairs, felt the walls shake with the reverb. Sib wheeled back and gave the door a massive kick. From where I was standing, I couldn't really see what happened next. I could hear a massive crack as her boot slammed into Duraplast. The door flew off its hinges. Exploded off might be a more accurate phrase. A second later, we heard an ungodly crash. There was a moment of silence, then Sib let out this little gasp. The apartment was in shambles. It looked like a hurricane had hit it. Everything was trashed. Everything but the door, which was miraculously still in one piece. Remember that this was a coffin apartment. It wasn't much wider than the door was to begin with. And Boggs, well, what was left of him was under the door, too. Oh, no. Yeah, it wasn't good. Boggs was dead, and the stuff we'd been sent there to recover had been smashed to bits, and then the building alarm went off. So that's the situation. Our payday is smashed. My temporary teammates are all standing around with stupid looks on their faces. The cops are coming. I'm standing by the kitchen.
And what we chose last time was improvise.
Good thinking. As it happens, there was, and I knew just what to do with it. The thought popped into my head, and I just went with it. That's a lesson to remember, Seattle. The first answer you come up with is almost always the best one you're going to have, so just roll with it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't hesitate. Just act. Now, when I think crowded theater, I think place where you can't shout fire because it'll cause a panic. And then I thought cops don't charge into burning buildings. They help people get out of them. And I had the means to create genuine fire sitting right across from me.
Hi, Turtleneck.
I encouraged it to burn, opened the gas vents wide, set the range on a timer, and motored back into the hallway. I told my friends to snap out of it and follow me to the lobby. But they wouldn't listen. Sib and the rest of the team were too busy arguing about the relative merits of her let's kick things really hard and see what happens tactical system to want anything to do with me. I shouted back that the kitchen was going to explode and continued down the hallway. My fire plan worked beautifully. If the rest of the team had listened to me, they might have got out the building too. Kind of a bummer that they didn't, but at least the run turned out well for me. Well, I couldn't collect any pay because the run had been a disaster. But after the explosion, I got to ride in the front of the fire truck, and they gave me cookies and a blanket. I wound up dating one of those firemen a few weeks later. All things considered, it could have gone a lot worse.
Go with your gut.
That's right. Trust your impulses and don't be afraid to wing it. Almost any action is better than no action at all. Once you've committed to doing something, you got to follow through, though. No arguing or hand-wringing, just do it. If you get caught up in your own head agonizing over past mistakes, well, don't be surprised if you end up dead. They weren't with me when I got evacuated with the rest of the moviegoers. I never saw them leave the building, and I haven't heard from them since. I guess it's possible that someone made it, but I don't really run in those circles anymore. Shadowrunning is an unforgiving business. You don't get to make too many mistakes. Seattle, I'm hurt. It all went down exactly like I said it did. Well, except for a couple of embellishments here or there, but they make it a better story. Artistic license and all that. Okay.
So we did that. Now we're back. She wants to tell us another story. Ready for next lesson. However you want to do it. Nightjar's team. Long before that, Iz was still learning to deck.
You don't know anyone from the group I'm talking about. Wait. Yeah, I did. Thanks for rubbing it in. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. When you run these shadows, losing people is an occupational hazard. Shadowrunners were disposable assets. Yeah, you know how it is. People die and it's sad, but there's no sense moping about it.
Madness scurries down her arm.
Amasa was a Hawaiian Jew with poor impulse control, big round guy with lumberjack arms and ringlets in his hair. He called himself Hanu. I guess he liked turtles. We had a tech specialist, Egret. She was tall, gawky, dyed her hair bone white. She had a drone named Arlo that followed her around like a lost puppy. Fun at parties, too. Our de facto leader was team leader was a guy named Sui. He was a wiry troll, if you can imagine that. Probably about 2% body fat, all skin and bones. He was a shaman, followed Rat like me. Not that I've met, but Stewie seemed like a really good guy. We got along fine. I actually liked everybody on the team. Through mutual friends, we actually all lived together before we started to start running as a team. Sitcom alert. Squatters coming. Yeah, we called it the sinking ship. It was like an enormous raft all bolted together from old shipping containers. It wasn't the most comfortable place I ever lived. Okay, great. Let's go. So one day, Stewie brought us a job. He'd met a client in a Victoria Harbor bar, a rich Eastern Tiger exec. Wanted a shiny object. Yeah, you can see how that gig would be hard for us to resist. Anyway, the client told us what to look for. Chunk of red jade about the size and shape of an ostrich egg. Owned by an old hedge wizard turned entrepreneur named Kong Zuyan. Hedge wizard. He had the whole wise old sage thing going on, the robes, the little hat, the kind smile, oh, and the pièce de resistance, a long wispy beard. Intel said that old man Zuyan was keeping a shiny object in one of his warehouses. He had a bunch of them. Got it. Good fit that stalls in that place were on his payroll. So we cased the warehouse for a couple nights, did recon, took some notes. Security was pretty heavy. He was paying a local triad for protection, kept a lot of the boys on the staff. We split up outside and entered the warehouse in 2 teams. Team A would create a diversion, Team B would hit the vault. Classic Shadowrunning. Surprisingly well, up until a point. Team A, Hanu and Egret, circled around the loading dock just like we planned. Stewie and I waited by the service entrance. Krellin pops in with, he's a wiry troll with hardly any body fat. She's a dirty orc with 2 pet rats. Together, they commit crimes. Let's see what happens when Shadowrunners stop being polite and start being real. We gotta work on the pitch a little bit. We didn't have to wait long. A couple minutes in, we heard this ungodly crash, then another and another. Just turns out Egret had rigged into Zuyan's network of automated forklifts. She had 6 of them running amok in the loading dock, chasing down workers and crashing themselves into anything marked as fragile. I know, right? I wish I could have been there to see it. Egret's distraction did what it was supposed to. We slipped inside and made a beeline for the back of the warehouse where the shiny object was supposed to be. No, it was there. Shiny object was sitting in a teak cradle, gleaming with reflected light, just like the client had said. It had a ring of Taoist talismans hanging off it like a grass skirt. I didn't waste any time. I just reached in and grabbed it. It felt strange through my gloves. The jade sort of, pulsed. Yeah, tell me about it. I wanted to drop the thing, but it was our payday, so I slipped it in my satchel instead. The package being secure, Stewie and I turned to hightail it out, and things went to shit. Did it do something? No. Old man Zuyan did something unpredictable. He was standing there right in front of us, larger than life. I guessing that when he heard the commotion, he came to see whether his treasure was safe. He was displeased. What do you think we did? We had our back to a wall. We lit the old bastard up. It was pretty epic, truth be told. Spirits were summoned, spells were discharged, the vault door sealed behind Zuyan like something out of a movie. At one point, the old man leapt onto Stewie's back and tried to bite his ear off. I won't bore you with the play-by-play, but the fighting had caused some collateral damage. The control panel for the vault door must have eaten an arc of lightning, and it was toast, and neither of us could fix it. Yeah, and it was only a matter of time before the old man's remaining security guards found us in there. There was still one way out, a ventilation duct up high in the rafters, but it was too small for Stewie to fit through. I had this shiny object, but if I left him there and security got to him... So here's the conundrum. Payday in my satchel, team is split, inevitable that more Triad 49ers are going to find us. Egret and Honu are holding the loading dock. Odds of survival won't look good for either of us. I think you used the magical artifact. Yeah, that's the most stylish answer, isn't it? Just audacious enough to be fun. It popped into my head right then and there, same as it did yours. So that's what I did. No hesitation, I just made it happen. It was almost like Stewie had been waiting for me to pass him the thing. He seemed eager to take it. He hugged that chunk of rock to his chest like a newborn baby. Colors swam in the zone and something changed in his eyes. Then old man Zuyan's 49ers breached the door and Stewie unleashed hell. What went down in that room? Well, I've only seen that kind of carnage a couple times in my life, and I've been running the shadows for years. Those Triad men were torn to scraps by the end of it. Don't think I'll ever forget the sounds that they made. I spent most of the fight huddled up in the corner for my own safety. What Stewie let loose from the stone didn't seem terribly interested in discriminating between friend and foe. I don't know what they were. Whatever they were, the rock brought them here. We waited for things to calm down in the vault and for the things to go slithering away. I think Stewie had some control over them, which is why they didn't need us. After they were gone, he gave me the object and we bailed. We hightailed it back to the docks, caught the first back, mission accomplished. From what I'm told, people still avoid Zuyan's warehouse like the plague. It's supposed to be haunted even to this day. People who set foot in the building keep turning up dead. We're pretty sure I'm one of the only living people who knows why. There was when I started telling it. I thought I was going to tell you to be comfortable with breaking the rules. I don't think I'm going to say that now, though. I'm not feeling it anymore.
I didn't stay that way for long, but let's just leave that to next time. Let's get back to the lesson you were teaching. Fine. Yeah, the story's over. It's typical for rat shamans. Team of Shadowrunners bid it on a job. Claimed the rat.
The biggest problems were the scuttling charges. The runners who built the raft had installed these explosives all over the perimeter that ripped the bottom out of the thing if it was ever received by the police. The explosives were tricky to deal with. Cad was able to disarm them, but he had to leave them where they were. I was always slightly uncomfortable knowing I was sleeping on top of a couple 100 pounds of dormant explosives. Hey, like I said, it was free. I guess I'm a water rat now.
Okay, so we have to...
Your next lesson will definitely be on point, and I'll tell you what it's about up front. No more question and answer sessions.
Fine by me. So here we go. Next time. Now.
Hey, pal. Are you ready for your next lesson? Straight to business. I like that. Good. This one is about people like Auntie Chang and why we need them. There won't be Q&A session, but I want you to listen up. It's important. All right, so here's the upfront lesson. Fixers are important. You can't just go to a Johnson yourself and get a job. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It's a bad idea all around. The reason why it's a bad idea to cut Auntie Chang out is because you need someone to vet your clients. It's important. It protects the whole team. Remember the Sui and shiny object lesson? Well, after the run was over, we went back to the sinking ship for some R&R. Sui had told us the client would be sending a boat to collect the shiny object in the morning. All we had to do was keep the thing safe until morning. We were in a celebratory mood. We'd killed an evil wizard and stolen a priceless artifact. Hanu and Egret got good and drunk in record time. Sui went back to his cabin with the shiny object to, I don't know, stare at it for a while or something. I retired to my cabin and crashed out. I remember waking up to sounds. Yelling, maybe? I was groggy and they were far away. I couldn't quite make them out. The clock said 4:30 a.m. People were always partying on the raft, but something felt off. It's hard to describe. A queasy feeling in the pit of my stomach and an elevated heartbeat. Rapid, shallow breaths. It's like a panic attack. So I got up to investigate. I stepped out in the hallway and my foot slipped. I came down hard, landed on my ass, and found myself sitting in a pool of blood. No, it was pretty bad. So it was pretty obvious at this point that something had gone horribly wrong. And my first thought was that the shiny object might have, I don't know, unleashed something. I shook that off pretty quick. I knew what this was. Our client was playing us. He'd hired us to steal the thing, and rather than paying us for the job, he'd sent another team to take it away. So what did you do? I got up and beeline for Malvina's cabin. She was the closest thing that we had to a leader and the strongest shaman on the raft. Because I'm not an idiot. But think about it for a second. If there was a retrieval team coming for the shiny object and they were strong enough to handle Sui while he was holding it, what chance would I have of stopping them? Figured it was time to bring out the big guns. Vina was the one I could get him from. I passed some pretty bad stuff on my way down to Malvina's cabin. The vault all over again, the torn up bodies, the blood-streaked floors. I saw people who'd been cut apart with machetes. Deep down in the pit of my gut, I could feel the thrumming vibration of the shiny object. That heartbeat feeling was back. Whatever that rock was, it was awake. Did you make it? Yes. I burst through the door, all ready to spread the news, and someone smashed a gun into my face. It was Cadmus, my friend. He jammed the muzzle of his super warhawk into my cheek so hard it hurt, then grabbed me by the belt with his other hand. I wasn't going anywhere. Just over his shoulder, I saw Malvina. She didn't look amused. Hi, 4 a.m. critter. In fact, never did really have a real fixer. It's true. We just had a bunch of people coming into us directly. We all had our own fixers, but yeah. Oh, 0 followers. That's fun. Maybe we should reset that session. See if that works. It wasn't an attack. Our client had nothing to do with it. Turns out there was no client. Sui had lied to us, and by helping to steal the shiny object, I've unwittingly given him what he needed to foment a mutiny. Rats scurry back into her coat. As it turns out, betrayal hurts, Seattle. Malvina felt it, and I felt it too. Sui had been a friend. I just risked my life to save his 4 hours ago, and he tricked me into helping him do something unthinkable. So what did you do? What could I do? Didn't have a whole lot of options, and Cadmus was kind of on edge, like red-faced and screaming, so I fast-talked my way out of it. I started off by doubling down on my loyalty to Malvina, Cadmus, and the status quo on the stinking ship, swearing my undying friendship, you know the drill. I did a good job of it, but they still looked a little iffy. Iffy with the Warhawk is bad, so I volunteered to prove myself by stealing the shiny object back from Sui. I know, right? Not my style at all. But then I didn't really have a choice. I'd inadvertently helped to arm the bastard who was tearing our friends and neighbors apart. I don't think I could have cleared my name without taking his weapon away again. It's a hell of a night. I don't want to get into too many of the gory details. Friends died. Hell, friends killed each other. It's brother against brother. So did you get it back? And I took it back to Malvina. She put the thing to better use than Sui ever did. She took to the thing like she'd grown up using it. We still lost dozens of people, but Sui's side lost more. Cadmus was critically wounded, but she pulled through. After the skirmish, Malvina held an assembly. She told everybody that there'd be new rules for life on the raft. Anyone who refused to follow them could leave. After the pronouncement, she turned on one of the surviving mutineers. Hanu was one of them. He'd been on Sui's plan the whole time. She didn't kill them, but she did exile them from the sinking ship. And for people in our economic bracket, that was as good as a one-way trip to the walled city. I'd be willing to bet that they're all dead by now. In the wake of Malvina's ultimatum, 5 survivors left the sinking ship. I was one of them. I had to go. We may have washed the blood off the decks, but the energy had changed. And as sensible as Malvina's rules were, I wasn't up to living under them. It's funny, I hadn't even thought about Malvina or the sinking ship in years. That's the story. It's finished. But I want to circle back on the lesson I gave you up front because it's important. We need Auntie Cheng to bring us work. It's obvious. But we also need her to keep us honest, to be sure that we on the team are playing straight with one another. Auntie Cheng's reputation rides on the legitimacy of the jobs that she brings us. And that is why we need her. If we didn't have Auntie Cheng or someone like her, we'd eventually tear ourselves apart. Well, first she used it to get rid of the things that Sui had let loose. I would have preferred if she ditched the thing, but in the end that wasn't my choice to make. That walking colostomy bag was already dead. That's a very specific insult. Eaten by his own monsters after I took the shiny object away. He didn't even live long enough to watch his mutiny fail. You didn't bring me on our last run, so no, I don't have much else to say. I've got a gobbet things to do. That's... Oh, she's very much herself. 2 things grab your attention. She looks exhausted, bleary-eyed. She seems to be in the middle of a valiant attempt to stuff a whole roasted duck into a saucepan half its size. Oh, hey, Seattle. Caught me at a bad time. I was just making dinner. Huh? Yeah, it'd probably be smarter, isn't it? I'm not really thinking clearly today. It's weird. Ever since our last lesson, I felt, I don't know, preoccupied with the sinking ship. I don't really do the whole haunted by the demons of my past thing. I guess I'm just worried about Kat and Mal, which is weird because why would I be? I haven't even spoken to them in years. They should be worried about me. I'm the one who gets shot at for a living. Go check it out. No, I don't want to do that. At least not without a good reason. It'd be awkward, and I'm not sure that's nothing anyway. I know what this is. It's my own personal version of the same thing that we're all feeling. The psychic sewage that's being dredged up by whatever's happening in the walled city. Tell you what, that's what we should be talking about right now. The walled city. It's what's doing this to all of us. But as luck would have it, we're hot on the trail of that plastic face guy, and he should have some answers for us. You sure you don't want to go to the boat? Right now, at this moment, that's the last thing I want to do. Look, we've got only one thing left on our plate, right? We go get the plastic face guy. I mean, we've done everything else. I don't want to throw us off by taking you on a scenic tour of a floating garbage heap. My problem isn't with the sinking ship. It's with my dreams of the sinking ship. So that's what I need to deal with. All right. Yeah, we go to the extraction run. She just keeps cooking. Stepping into her cabin, you find her crouching on the floor. She's midway through a struggle through an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's, and wispy threads of pork floss hang from her crumb-speckled lips. Pork floss? What's pork floss? Do I want to know? Between the two of you, my money's on the pastry. Hand her the pitcher. Okay, yeah. Note to self, the pastry terrace on Prince Edward Road makes them dry. Moist green apple and jellied trotter my ass. That thing was like a desert made of pig. That sounds kind of foul. Don't knock it till you've tried it, Seattle. Now, me, I have tried it, and I can tell you that it's disgusting, but that opinion carries authority because it comes from experience. Thanks, no. Stitch yourself. I'll have it later. Still having bad dreams. Nope, don't worry about it. Everything's going just fine in the raft, and even if there was something big out there. In this analogy, the evil curse of the walled city is a fish. I'm not sure how well that works now that I think about it. Just roll with it. It'd have to be a big one. Maybe a tuna. Anyway, I wanted to tell you something. Just a little bit of encouragement, I guess. I could tell that we're heading for some heavy stuff, and I figured you might need it, so here it is. I know that you've had my back this far. I want you to know that I've got yours. And after everything we've been through together, I'm really glad to have you on the team. Thank you. Now, was there something else you wanted to talk about? Boy, she's just like... I feel like I should leave and come back because she'll be working on some other food item when I come back. So, is there no loyalty run? Do you have to do it earlier, and so I've missed the opportunity to do it? Thanks. Okay, well, that was a lot of work. At least the ship's renamed. There is, maybe it sunsets? Yeah, maybe. It's weird, though, because you'd think normally people would hit it right about this time in the story. Nap is an interesting idea. No nap is available. I don't know. I guess I need to bring her on a mission with me. Oh. Well, there's that. I did once, I feel like. I want my money, though. I was promised money. Yeah, I am out of missions, so we may not get to hang out with Gobbet. Yeah, that's a bummer. Maybe I'll go check and see if Kindly's got any last minute things for us. I'm sure we've covered everything, but it never hurts to check. No time for runners now. I have other business to attend to. Well, thanks so much for that. I was promised money. Well, guys, I don't think we're quite ready to start Dreamland just now. So this is our last upgrade. I think, before things get really intense. We could increase our body by several and get more hit points. I kind of feel like body 5, if I'm being honest. That's a huge jump. That's nearly twice as many hit points. I feel like that will make things better. And missing 1 or 2 spells here or there is not the end of the world. Well, maybe we can do Gobbets because there's this extra mission you guys mentioned, right? Like there's the later sort of extra bonus material. Maybe during the director's cut stuff, we can do Gobbets mission. Let's hope for that. Yeah, right? Just increase all stats. All stats up, please. So, I think that's what we're going to do.
think we're done with this for the day. It says saved, so that's good.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. Back to full screen.
Well, we've been on air for 3 hours, done some shadowrunning, and we've set ourselves up to start out on that final main quest. It's good news. But I will not be here next week. We established that. So, or at least not with the official Shadowrun Sunday. There may be a bonus stream or something, but so that means that in 2 weeks from today, which would be 29th, then we will be embarking on the beginning of the end.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you've had a fun time today. It's certainly we had Bulger come in as a new subscriber. That's super exciting. So thank you. We had we had a ghoul eating people's faces off, which is great. Krellin wants me to be meaner, but I feel like that's asking the sun to shine less brightly. You know, the point is not that I become Sprinkles, it's that we are different. Why, hello, Turtleneck. Hi, Fractal Eye. I think it's fine that some folks prefer Sprinkles and some folks prefer Mo. Oh, thank you, Big Nugs. I'm glad. Thank you. I did get my mohawk done this morning. I'm glad you like it. It's getting a little all over the place. Now let me just thank you. So just that. Oh, Krellin asks the sun to shine less brightly all the time. I do enjoy the very low latency we're getting today. I can actually have conversations in real time. It's good. Although I've had to get in the habit of just calling Comcast to reset my modem before broadcasts. That helps. It's a bullshit system, and I don't mind saying so. Comcast should definitely suck less. So if you're watching and you're from Comcast, get on that shit. Yeah. This music, as always, is kind of chill.
Four a.m. critter. What is the no? That reminds me, because it looks like it's written in Russian. It reminds me of the no cat, which I like a great deal. I like no cat a great deal. So yeah, I gotta go pack for Norway and deal with some errands, all fun adulting things. But it's been really good hanging out. Oh, 4 a.m. critter is a bit from trouble. Oh, that's good nerding right there. That's good nerding, Krellin. No. It's good. I could do that. That's a bit I could do. No. Yeah, I could just do that for ages. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for coming out. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for also. I'm sorry we have been down to one stream a week. I hope for more bonus streams in the future, but we knew that it was going to be a little bit rocky coming into this period of time with the travel. And for those who are interested, the talk I have on Friday, 9 a.m. Norway time, which I think is like evening Thursday time in the States, will be live broadcast. It's only 20 minutes long. So that's a fun thing for you if you want on Thursday night. I hear there's no more Critical Role for a while, so that's something to do with your Thursday night. Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be the Norwegian flag emote, but it's just showing up as Norway. That makes sense. Oh, that's why it's N-O. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. 3 a.m. EST. Oh, so it's midnight Seattle time. So the Pacifics, you guys might be able to see it. And they will post it online eventually. So don't feel like you have to watch it live. But if you want to, that's the thing that's available to you. No. This reminds me of those aliens from Sesame Street. No. So yeah, that's things. Only one shots for critters to the end of the year. Yeah, fans of RPGs had an intense week this week. Yes. I like that little nay icon. That's good times.
So yeah, I will miss you guys, but we'll be back, and we'll be back more regularly, sort of. Oh, this year. Yep, 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 yep.
Ah, that makes sense. They really left it right up until the end. I might have given myself a couple of weeks before a wedding, if the GM and one of the players was about to get married. That's what we did with Corpse Sins. We were like,
Mo. Yeah, you can always life always could do with a little bit mo. All right, well, I'm going to step out and let our bright yellow friend say her goodbyes, because otherwise she'll talk my ear off about it for 2 weeks. So, but it's really great to see you guys. Yeah, stop by the tavern.
I'm thinking of trying to put a bot together so that Mo can converse at the tavern without me, but that requires steps and hosting on Azure and things. But I am thinking about it in my head.
Well, that's interesting. It's like puppeting without the hand in the puppet. We'll see if that works out.
They thought the campaign would be done in August. It just took longer. Well, I know how that goes. Life happens.
Bye, guys. Bye.
And sprinkles.
Did you miss me? You probably did. I mean, I missed me. And that is to say, I've just been waiting for you guys to come back. So, good job with the Shadowrunning, I guess. You didn't die, so... Or is that the point of Shadowrunning? Is the point of Shadowrunning to die? Sometimes it seems that way. Aw, Big Nug says I look divine. Well, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Ha 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 ha.
I want to read more of the bad guy things. Well, we might let you next time because we're getting close to the end. And so there might be a dramatic character that fits your inclinations.
Well, that's good. I will have to keep my calendar open for 2 weeks from today. Hello, Sir BP Phantom. Hello. Good to see you, sir. Back again. Sprinkles back. All right. Yeah. Tell your friends. Animated. Yeah, it could be like a 24/7 puppet stream. Yeah, so it was really great hanging out with you guys. Thank you to our new subscriber, Bolja, and to all of the generous renewed subscriptions. We are very lucky to have you here.
That we can agree on, and I think Mo agrees with you too.
Yes, the Muppet Mafia is great. Hi, 4am Critter. Hi. Oh, I love the emotes. I just want to hug them all. Hug the emotes of me because they are great.
Oh,
it's without you, Eminem. Oh, I'll have to work on that one. It's Halloween, so Backstreet's back. It's a little bit more play. Also, good pop culturing, Krellin. Good pop culturing.
So yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I will see you in the Discord if you were hanging out with us and you liked what you saw. Make sure you hop over to the Discord to keep in touch. We also announce bonus streams there. I don't always tweet about streams. And you can catch me most Wednesdays, except for this Wednesday, on Geek Space TV, Leviathan Distant Stars. You should tune in and see what happens. We've also got all of our episodes up for free on YouTube. So if you like space operas, you should check that out. I play Hexy Kate. She's fun. She's good. Trust me. If you like Shadowrun, there's 200 hours of content from Hyper RPG's Shadowrun Corporate Sins game you can check out. So there's plenty to do in my absence. And there's a bunch of great streamers you should go check out. So Geek Space TV or Random Tuesday or Jackie Dash or Lizzie the Bold. Yeah, just go hang out with friends, and I will see you in a while.
Yeah, we'll be back. Our tour will be over probably. Sort of. Asterisk.
We'll see. And yay, thank you guys.
Stay safe in the shadows. And I'm going to come back with more spoopy stuff. So, send me suggestions for spooky things you want me to read on stream. Go into my channel on the Discord and tell me the things. Yes. Thank you. Bye, guys. Dun, 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 dun. All right.